800-218-6473. 800-218-6473. That's 800-218-6473.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hertz on AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. All things diesel for over 26 years. Now, here are your hosts, Peter and CJ.
Oh, it's President's Day, everybody. Woo! Yeah! One of the best holidays of the year. Everyone gets out the old president tree and puts it up, and President Claus comes in and brings you some.
What type of ornaments are on the president's tree?
Yeah, it's a lot of the Bibles to swear in on, and constitutions and
Wigs.
Sure, throwback. Yeah, wig, the old stovepipe hat.
Yes.
Some bad policy decisions will be on there on the tree as well.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of hidden stuff underneath the tree, within the tree as well. It's a great holiday. What's we do? We take our Christmas ornaments down, and we just leave the tree up, and then we put our President's Day ornaments up, and then
a lot of bald eagles up on the tree.
Yeah,
Okay.
and some with a rich, full head of hair as well.
Oh, okay.
Like myself.
Because
why? Nothing against.
I forgot about the hairy eagle.
Nothing against baldness, but there's a majesticness to having hair as well.
Okay.
There are other majestic eagles that have plenty of feathers. Welcome in everybody on this President's Day. I hope you guys are off work and enjoying us being on work. That's what I would hope. That's my hope for you.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's not the case. I don't know. Kids are off school, doing whatever it is that the kids are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Going to President's Day camps.
Oh, didn't know we were doing those.
Yes. Learning about presidents, probably. No, no, they should.
Who gets to go to these President's Day camps? Are all the children going, or just the dudes?
Well, listen. Are you making an oblique reference to the fact that we have not had women?
I'm just listen.
Is that what you're saying?
I just wonder if people are going to President's Day camps, if the youth are in the junior experiencers are going to the President's Day camps, and we hadn't had a woman president.
They're all going to go.
They're all going. Okay,
boys and girls.
Okay,
with the awareness that if they're a girl, it's probably going to be tricky for them. Hopefully someday. That seems to always be the thing. Like, hopefully someday. But it's never the right day.
No, that day is never today.
That's right.
Or tomorrow.
Someday.
Or next week.
That's right. The nebulous someday. No, everyone's going to go. Have a good President's Day. And while you're doing that, we're going to help you. We're going to talk a lot about what was a fun weekend in many respects. We're going to do all of that coming up. We've got, obviously, we'll talk about the All-Star game last night. Team LeBron beating Team Giannis in the first year of the revamped format that was a spectacular success. We'll talk about the game itself and what's going on. Also some off-the-field news or off-the-court news in the NBA as well.
What is Woj doing? How's everybody else on break but Woj?
I don't know. Middle of the game. Is what he's talking about. Dude, back off. We're all trying to enjoy this. This is fun. Lay off for a little bit.
Well, just hey, I know y'all having fun, but let me tell you this breaking news real fast.
Off the court stuff. We're going to talk about the Tigers, and that was on the court stuff, and it was another on the court loss for the Tigers in what I guess is a pretty similar fashion. Honestly, to what we've been used to seeing. So we'll get into that and where they stand right about now as UConn got the win over the weekend at 64-61. New developments in the Major League Baseball Astros discussion, and it's getting spicy.
Oh, I love this.
This is my new favorite thing. Very excited. I don't typically like to talk baseball, but if this stuff's going on, yeah,
let's get it.
Okay, I'm here for this. So yeah, things are a little bit shaky. We'll discuss all of that coming up as well. So in a disaster for Tiger himself. Not a good weekend for Tiger. We'll talk about that. more college hoops, more NBA, just tons of stuff on the agenda for today. On what should be a nice President's Day that will be unfortunately interrupted by some rain tonight. It's been, because God knows we've had like 3 days without rain. We can't be having that. That's ridiculous. So more rain is coming later on this evening. But for now, I'll say hi, everybody. But the person who could say that a little bit better is my partner, CJ.
Hey, everybody.
There you go. And, of course, producing the program today on the ones and twos, on the slides and glides over there. What do we call that thing?
I like slides and glides.
Slides and glides?
Slides and glides.
He is, of course, the man who don't got no honey because he's counting all his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, is the meatless Mamba.
Yeah.
He's the no chalk jock. He's the doctor of hate. Ladies and gentlemen, Rack City's own Similac Zach, a.k.a. Rack City Zach, a.k.a. I Hate Love, Zach Boyd.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
What up, Zach?
Yo!
Everybody's good?
What's up with you?
Not much. Had a pretty good weekend.
Because you didn't do anything with any
Actually,
is that why it's good?
actually,
One might assume that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah.
That's my assumption.
Yeah, I didn't spend no money on a person.
Oh!
But
Okay.
instead, I hanged out with CJ.
You hanged out?
He hanged out, man.
Y'all
hung
y'all
out.
hanged out?
We kicked it.
hanged, we kicked it.
How'd you guys kick it? Once again, I didn't get this phone call, but that's fine. That's cool. No worries.
Next time, Peter.
Someday. Okay.
One day.
Maybe one day.
One day.
What'd y'all get up to?
We went to Third and Court.
Went to the lounge. Told him CJ
Oh,
sent
Saturday
me.
night?
Yep, Saturday night. Told him CJ sent me.
Oh yeah. So you got in with no cover charge then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Good
CJ
old time.
actually did send you. So that was
Yeah.
it's technically
They were taking names at the door for the CJ sent me. He's like, okay, what's your name, Zach? What's your name? My wife says her name. What's your name? I'm CJ. Like, oh, what a coincidence. I know. It is, isn't it? Wait, are you the CJ? Yep. Sent me. It was great. JB swung through. First off, Third and Court. The lounge was fantastic. I had the Sazerac. Zach had the vegetarian sandwich. Was that good?
Yeah, that was good.
And then wife had a couple hurricanes. And then after we kicked it there, the band was great. JB took us to
The high tone.
High Tone for what was it called?
The kickback.
The kickback.
Mhm.
We ended up kicking it with JB at the kickback. A lot of DJ Superman was there, DJing on the ones and twos,
soup.
as well as other DJs, and it was a blast. Old school hip hop songs that were out. I'm assuming before Zach was born. Zach was just like, okay, I like this. I hadn't heard this song. I'm gonna have to go listen to it. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Next kickback,
I wouldn't know, but
We'll go.
It certainly
We'll go.
sounds like
Peter. Next time we'll go.
a lot of fun for folks out there that got invited to that thing. That sounds like the kind of thing that would be super fun for someone. But yeah, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't.
I got you next time, Peter.
Okay.
Next time
Okay.
we do a show outing, I'll invite you.
I mean, listen. In all seriousness, I couldn't have gone,
Mm-hmm.
but it just would have been nice to get the invite. Yeah, I had other plans that my wife and I had made, but still, it's all right though. I'll just I'll be fine.
Oh, don't do that.
I'll be fine. No, I'm good.
Now I feel bad.
No, I'm good.
Zach, why didn't you invite him?
I'm good. Everything's
I mean,
good.
you invited me, so
No, I'm good. Everything's good.
Ah,
All right. So yeah, this weekend was nuts, and in a lot of good ways.
Mhm.
Like for example, you guys going to Third and Court sounded nuts. While you were there, were you watching the All-Star festivities? Were you did you catch
no, I caught
the dunks? Did you catch the
I caught
3-point shootings? Did you catch the skills competition? Everyone was really excited about that. I literally had no idea what happened, or could not possibly
caught the
care
highlights,
less
man.
of the skills competition.
Oh, there were no highlights of that. So I caught the
Yeah.
highlights of everything else from Saturday night.
It's boy, oh boy.
It was a busy Saturday for us. We had the kid, one of my niece's birthday parties at the skating rink. First time on skates as a child. Might never get back on them.
You put your niece on skates.
I put myself on skates.
You put yourself on skates.
Yeah. Fell once and only once, but that's okay. So missed out on all of Saturday's activities because went straight from there to downtown to hang out. But caught some of the highlights. Apparently there was something about Dwayne Wade not doing what he was supposed to do, so the dunk contest could end in a tie.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade. Jeez Louise, what is Dwayne Wade? So doing so many things right these days, but that is completely screwed up. Come on, dude. Aaron Gordon just cannot get a break in the dunk contest. The best second place guy of all time. just continually hooping, and that the one, his as good as Derrick Jones Jr. can certainly dunk. He's got crazy leaping ability, but the Gordon, both the leap over Manute and the Taco fall or whatever the
It's Taco.
Not Manute. I put those two guys together because they're so tall. Taco standing there, and I don't think he even knows. Clearly, after the game, afterwards, he was like, "I don't even know what that wasn't planned. I was nervous for my life." And when you got to do the 7'6", and he's standing there, and you can get over him, and he got grazed his head. Okay, well, he's 7'6", for God's sake. I mean, that's acceptable. That's wild. Then the dunk when he catches it and does the looping one hand windmill three. I don't even know how you describe the thing. That was nuts, man.
Yeah,
that was. How does he not win?
Because Dwayne doesn't do what Dwayne is supposed to do, according to everybody.
But he should have. He should have
just won outright.
Yeah, I mean, forget about everything else. He should have won outright. Like that's. Then of course you had last night. The game itself, and normally the game itself is an afterthought, if even that. It's normally basically just hey, all these guys are getting on the court together. It's fun to see them doing some fun stuff, and that was awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Like that was fantastic. The change to the Elam ending. I think we can tweak the first three quarters and figure out that. I'm not sure that's all that great. But the fourth quarter, that the Elam ending, where they added 24 points to the higher score, and then that was the target goal, and so it was 133-124 going into the fourth quarter, which meant that Team LeBron had to overcome a 9-point deficit to win the game because they were the first to get to 157. That fourth quarter, man, felt like a playoff game. It felt like a game 7. Like it was. You had guys out there making mistakes. You had guys out there nervous. You had guys out there playing defense, taking charges.
What is Kyle Lowry doing?
2 charges.
What is he doing? And flexing after, celebrating after both of them.
In the All-Star game, you had guys that were defending at the rim. Nothing was easy. Yep. They're running stuff. They're 2 coaches' challenges. What is happening? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. So it was just like that was so much fun to watch that many great players all together on the court. Who was going to be the leader? Who's going to be the alpha? All these guys are normally the alphas on their team. Who's going to be the alpha in that moment? Well, how is that going to shake out? You're missing free throws. You had a lot of guys that got nervous on those free throws. Guys were getting tired, playing super hard. LeBron was getting picked on out there. I mean, repeatedly, LeBron getting picked on out there. I don't think we need to win on the free throw, which is Anthony Davis's deal. You're playing out in pickup and all that. You don't win on free throws typically, so figure out a way to win by 2 or have to take them out, or check them at the top, find a way, even take a point away from the other team if you get to that point when you foul twice in a row on the last possession. Maybe you take a point away from the other team or something like that, but it can't end on a free throw.
Right.
Other than that, that was. I don't think. You'd have to figure out in history something that has been improved that radically, that quickly by one rules change. It went from unwatchable to unforgettable.
What was the year Allen Iverson and Stephon Marbury had that come back in the All-Star game?
Like, oh,
Because that is immediately what came to mind. And that All-Star game was a lot of fun because of that comeback, and those two specifically were like, nope, let's go out here and get this thing
like
done.
we're trying to play.
We're trying to play. We want to win.
Mm-hmm.
And the end of the All-Star game, and really the All-Star game as a whole for me was fun. You got the in the NBA, unlike the NFL, you can have 10, 15-minute spurts where people are actually playing what we would recognize as NBA ball. And so you've got the first three quarters where, everybody's out there having fun. You got Kemba Walker breaking down Sabonis and laughing about it on his way to the rim. And Sabonis laughing. Russ is up at the rim with a big old grin on his face, dunking the ball. People are out there having a good time. You saw everybody celebrate when Trae Young hit that half-court shot. It was just a whole lot of fun the first three quarters, and then bow. All right, let's get to 157 and end this. And then it got real serious, and it really looked like an NBA caliber game with all these phenomenal NBA players on the court. It was a whole lot of fun to watch.
It was awesome. And I really don't think, like you texters can text in 67129 on the text line, 360-8255 on the First Bank phone lines. First Bank text line, First Bank phone line, please. If you could think of something that has been so radically improved so quickly by one rule change, the Elam ending totally changes. And I must admit, the whole format there, I have some issues here and there. The first three quarters thing, I think we can find a way to keep the scores together. I don't think we need to play individual mini games for those quarters. I think we can find something different there. I also think, again, at the end, at the end of the day, it got a little bit dystopian for me. The idea that the one charity was going to get $300,000 after the ending of that quarter. Now I realize that the other one had already gotten $100,000. They'd each gotten $100,000 leading into that point, but one charity is going to get $300,000, and the other charity is going to get jack squat. Mm-hmm. And it felt very like when they showed the shots of these kids cheering, like that's life-changing money for some of these charities. And like these guys are just playing for fun or whatever, but like that's a major thing for these two. I didn't like the fact that like one set of kids, when after Team LeBron wins, like and they run on the court, and Team Giannis is like trudging up, like we got to shut down some of our programs because they don't like we didn't because you missed that free throw. Like that feels very. I didn't love that. Like let's find a way to keep that competitiveness, but then just support the charities equally. Full stop. And I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen. I'm gonna assume somebody stepped in and probably like
taking care of the tab.
Yeah. I'm assuming that happened, but I don't know that to be the case. So until I hear about it, all I can say is I hope it did. I'm guessing somebody must have, but I did not care for. I'll be honest with you. Like I felt like, okay, this is kind of charity's cool. Like playing for charity's great, but then like playing for just one charity versus the other, I didn't like that. It's like, hey, one of these three children is going to get adopted at the end of the night.
All you've got to do is win the quarter.
Yeah, like what?
Wait, what?
So what happens to the other kids? Like what? Are we okay? Jeez. So yeah, I did that part. That part I didn't like. Otherwise, man, phenomenal. Super, super, super fun to watch. And I was wondering if we were going to have subs. I mean, it felt like at some point we might need to sub out some of these dudes. Mm-hmm. They were getting gassed. They're getting tired in the All-Star game. But I guess you've earned the right with being a veteran. I also like the fact, just as an old school guy, I like the fact that it ended up being West versus East, even though that wasn't the intention because of the way the teams were set up. It ended up being, West versus East at the end. So that was also cool. So yeah, thumbs way, way, way up for the brand new All-Star game.
Yeah, and that's the NBA as a league is one that is always like at the front of this type of stuff, at the front of making a couple of tweaks here and there to try and get the most out of their product and their players. And this is just one more example of them doing that. The instant drama that they create by saying, hey, okay, this is the point you got to get to. This is the score that's going to end the game. Go get there, allows for there to be this type of drama. And this is something that I think this is a big three rule also. So the NBA has shown a willingness to go out and look at what other leagues are doing and how they are implementing different things. They implemented the 4-point shot in the 3-point contest as well this year.
Mm-hmm.
Same with similar to what the Big Three has done. The exact same thing as what the Big Three has done.
That was fine.
But I'm just saying, like, they will go look at other leagues and say, oh,
from them.
This seems like it would be fun to do. So let's take that and change some rules.
Steal it from them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
NBA's out here just, taking culture from people.
Can we copyright that?
No.
Okay.
But like the NBA, everyone is saying the Elam ending because it's the inventor was a guy named Elam, Nick Elam, I think is his name. And but the NBA actually, they credit him behind the scenes, but you never saw it like on the actual broadcast. Everyone's talking about the name Elam ending, but you never saw it on the again, come on, NBA. Give the guy give the guy credit.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. This is ridiculous. So that part I don't like. Give the dude his props. This was a great idea. It came up really well. Now, in terms of the actual NBA, I don't think everyone needs to go rushing to like throw this in and change playoff games to this or regular season games or anything like that. However, I do think it's a great overtime thing. I would take that tomorrow. I'd say you could write that in tomorrow as a let's go 1st to 8 or 1st to 10 or something in overtime. I'd write that in right now. Same, just change it. Done. Because overtimes can be tedious. The 5-minute thing, sometimes they're very dramatic, sometimes they're great. But like this would be an extra level of drama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about when you're down to that one possession. It's a 1-possession game. It's going to end on a shot. It's going to end in this way. You're pretty much guaranteed to get a game-winning shot.
Mm-hmm.
Or a game-winning free throw. I mean, that has its own level of drama. I don't love it in the All-Star game, but like in a regular season game, I'd be fine with it ending in a free throw if it's a legit foul and all that. The drama of that, you saw Anthony Davis kind of get a little nervous. All he had to do was make one, and that first one was a little tight on that first one.
He said he missed it on purpose.
I don't think you don't back rim a brick on purpose. Like he back rim. If you missed it on purpose. You could see him miss on purpose. That was not a miss on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. If he's got that kind of talent, no. I don't buy that. I think he got nervous. A little bit. I think everyone was a little bit nervous. Joel Embiid missed some free throws. I mean, the guys got nervous on that whole thing. It was great. The format was awesome. So I would happily take it right now in overtime. I'd happily take it Summer League, G League, like, experiment with it, all that. But I think overtime's the spot. That's the sweet spot. Yeah. Regular season game, you need a certain amount of time. You need a certain, I don't think you can just throw it into the game. But absolutely, first to, what do you think? Is it 8, 9, 10?
10.
What's a good number? 10?
First to 10.
First to 10? Make it take it?
Let's do it. Make it take it. Check ball at the top of the key. We're not running full court. Half court game. Let's get it going.
And no free throws. Just take it to the top.
That's right.
Yep, take it to the top. Fouls, take it to the top. You foul back to back. Lose a point. There we go.
Let's go.
Let's get it going.
That was great. It was great. We'll talk more about it when we return. Also, get your texts and thoughts on the Tigers game as well. Tigers lose to UConn. We'll talk. I got to give our what's going to become our new Monday feature, the XFL.
Okay.
In review.
Oh, that's what I'm here for. Hey, you suck. Why are you throwing interceptions? Because we need to change the whole damn plan.
Our game plan sucks. Our coaching sucks. So,
hey, third quarter. Your boy isn't out here. Let's go find him and ask him why he's not playing right now. Yes, give me more of that.
Oh, boy. Fantastic. All right, let's we'll come back, though, and we'll talk about that and more. Lots to get to on a Monday, President's Day edition of the program. Peter and CJ with you, Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab a seat every afternoon for Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 FM and 87.7 FM.
When the days are short and cold, there's no better way to heat up than to swing by Third and Court, Memphis' great downtown diner. Chase away the chill with daily lunch specials like meatloaf on Monday or Salisbury steak on Thursday. Nothing beats all-day breakfast to warm your insides, or come in for an old-fashioned diner milkshake with the extra added bonus of a full bar. A milkshake with booze will warm you up nicely. Sit and look out the panoramic windows at the gray winter outside and be happy that instead of being out there, you're inside Third and Court, the diner Memphis has been missing.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. East Memphis Ace Hardware, located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe. Unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
It's not too early to start planning for spring at Family Leisure. New pools are starting at $19.99, spas starting at $21.99, and swim spas now only $99.99. 5-piece patio furniture starts at only $799. Pool chemicals, toys, accessories, and more up to 20% off. Mention this ad, you'll get free delivery and 1 month of chemicals with your spa purchase. Start your spring planning now at Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. Their newly renovated drive-in repair shop is open to the public. Whether it'll be your everyday driver, farm equipment, fleet vehicle, or heavy-duty truck, their ASE-certified technicians will get you back on the road. The on-site dyno is ready to run all the necessary diagnostic testing. From preventative maintenance to complete overhauls, Mid-South Power can handle it all. Stop in today at 3288 Mill Branch Road or call 901-396-0710 and online at mid-southpower.com.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
Oh, she may be weary. Them young girls, they do get weary wearing that same.
This is President's Day music right here. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows this is what you listen to on President's Day. What's the theme?
Atlantic Records.
Oh, okay. Done Motown, doing Atlantic. Done Stax. All right.
Okay. All right. I like it. I think we should always try a little tenderness on our whole thing. Just in general. All right. So we talked about the All-Star game and about the Elam ending and how I think the overtime is the spot to go ahead and incorporate it into regular basketball. We'll talk more about what's going on in the NBA later on. But we have to talk a little bit about the college hoops, a little bit about another Tiger loss. Again, this is unfortunately becoming a little bit par for the course. The Tigers are now 500 in the conference, 6-6. They lose to UConn 64-61 in this was a weird game because the Aycock goes out within 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. Probably UConn's best player, certainly most impactful defender, goes out with a leg injury. Looked pretty nasty. He was on the bench, shown crying at one point in the game. So clearly, it's something that's pretty serious for him. That took a lot of the steam out of the game, just in general. It was just a weird. Whenever you see a guy go down like that, it's the crowd kind of loses a little bit of energy. Mm-hmm. Players lose a little energy. Took a little while to get the zip back into the game, but when they did, the Tigers once again had their opportunities. So there is an alternate dimension where the Tigers have had a really successful season, and they've won all these games that were within a possession late. They've won all these games where they had their opportunities. This time, like most of the times this year, it did not happen, and they could not execute down the stretch. They lose 64-61. What did you see? Are you encouraged, discouraged? Just another day at the office for this team? Where are you at?
Discouraged. This was a game, another one of those games in the must not lose category for the Tigers. And if you're trying like they are to get an at large, this is a game that hurts to lose on the road. Although it's close, and it's another one of those close road games where you were right there with a chance to win. And it's another one of those games where you're without one of your better players in DJ Jeffries, where you find a way for 35, 34 minutes to play really to play winning basketball. I don't want to say really good, but to play winning basketball for those minutes, and then to not have something you can hang your hat on at the end of the game when it is necessary for you to get 1 or 2 buckets, just get 4 or 5 more points. And it's a different feel to the game, and UConn now has to press. Not you pressing, trying to figure out, okay, how do I make a play, trying to do so much. Is UConn now trying to figure out what they have to do, trying to do too much on their end, which might lead them to make more mistakes, which would allow you to be able to pull away. This has been the Tigers basketball season so far this season, and because they don't, I watched a little bit of college basketball this weekend, because they don't have a Marcus Howard, Obi Toppin, somebody who can go out there and just be the dude for you. Hell, even a Winston up at Michigan State, or what's my man's name? Xavier Simpson at Michigan. Like, they don't have that dude who you can put the ball in his hand in crunch time, a Pritchard at Oregon, and say, hey, we need a play to be made. Can you please go make us a play? Because the Tigers don't have that, it makes it really difficult for them down the stretch to be able to ice these games and pull away from teams late.
A texter sent us a text yesterday afternoon, and this is quite lengthy. Texter says, this is from Pastor James Gilkey.
Hey, Pastor.
Sunday. The pastors, I guess, after the service.
How many services are we doing on Sundays?
Apparently, this one, maybe in between services. This was about 4:30. So
8.
Could do like
10,
a night service, and then
I guess 8, 10, 12.
Yeah,
that would be okay.
You'd be okay.
Yeah.
So, pastors probably just recuperating, getting the voice back. Drinking that hot tea and little honey, lemon. Getting your voice back together. So Pastor Gilkey sent in quite a text here. I'll read it. I said, this is for Peter tomorrow. Hi, Pastor. I'm a little hurt, but I'm encouraged because it took this game against UConn to see what this team has. They lost, but they played the way you win a national championship, i.e. no home run plays in crunch time unless absolutely necessary. It took them until the end of the season to figure it out. I look forward to next year for them to forget the standings and rankings. Penny gave them something to believe in. However, they didn't fully know what it takes to be a champion. Now they understand what it takes. Not a high school ranking, but Memphis mentality. We come from the struggle, Penny. I know I did too. Former player for Carver against you versus Treadwell. Sincerely, Memphis for life. So Pastor Gilkey says that they played the right way, just didn't execute well enough. I could understand that. There was definitely I thought it was an improvement in crunch time relative to what we've seen in the past this year, but that's, kind of damning with faint praise to some extent. Like that's not overwhelmingly great. They still struggle to get the ball to Precious in the right way. He took plenty of shots, but they weren't all great shots, and some of them were forced. Some of them were he ends up taking 22 shots, but so few of those were great shots. Some of that's his fault. He rushed a few, took a couple threes that were way too early in the shot clock. We're not great. So that part was unfortunate. But they also ran some stuff out of timeouts that was good. They ran with a under 4 timeout. They come out running a really high flat screen and roll where Precious gets a dunk and one. Wonderful play. They ran a lob on a baseline out of bounds play. Again, good solid play call. There was some good stuff there. That part's encouraging, but still really cannot find the crunch time group, can't find the people, can't find the balance, the mix. You see Tyler Harris, Precious Achiuwa were the ones who took 35 of the 60 shots were those two guys. You couldn't find anything really. Lester couldn't get going. Boogie had his moments, but again couldn't consistently get going, and that's kind of been the story of the season. Like you could see some elements, but put it all together, it just wasn't there.
And right now they are a bunch of role players, honestly, in need of somebody to go out there and be the man. And it is great to play team basketball, and team basketball is what they play all game long. But the first 35 minutes, 36 minutes of a game, it is one thing to play team basketball. Late in the game, you need to be able to have somebody who you can get the ball to and trust them to go out there and make a play for you, to make winning plays for you. I go back to what Pritchard has been doing at Oregon. When Oregon gets late in games, they give him the ball and say, make a play. Like that, we can count on you. You are dynamic enough offensively to be able to go out there and make a play, be it hitting a crucial three or hitting the ball on the floor, getting by somebody and getting a foul, or finishing at the rim, or creating for somebody else. We've got you. You can do that for us. So the last 3-4 minutes of the game, we can trust you to do so. And we're confident, everybody is confident in him doing that. And they know that late in the game, that is a guy who can win them the game. The Tigers don't have that type of player. And it's one thing for Precious, as great as he is and as high as he's probably going to be taken in the NBA draft, it's one thing for him to go out there and play pretty good basketball for the first parts of, up until the ending of games. But see, when we get to the end of the games, everything gets more intense. People begin to lock in and lock down. It's harder for Precious to catch the ball on a spot where he's comfortable. And it's also harder for him to get those garbage plays that he gets, the tip ins, the offensive rebounds, the sneak outs on a fast break. It's harder for him to get those as well. So you can't really count on Precious. You can't just throw Precious the ball and say, hey, go get us a bucket. He doesn't handle the double team well either. So and teams have gotten better at doing that delayed double team where we let Precious take a dribble or two and then go get him. And so he hadn't been able to handle that real well this season. And so it's one of those things where he is your best player, but like if you put the ball in his hand late, it's a turnover or a bad shot, or the offense gets discombobulated.
You've got to put it in his hands the right way. You can't. It's that's what when we talk about running your stuff. I mean, when they run those plays, Precious, right, as it stands right now, I think you can see. I mean, I've always been and continue to be very high on Precious as a prospect in NBA circles. I would take him, especially in this draft, given the players that he's competing with to be drafted. I would take him pretty highly because now he's very raw.
Yes,
very raw, as you saw. But he can theoretically shoot. He can take it. He can dribble. He can rebound really well. Use his body well. But you're right. If you're asking him to be the playmaker, that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be the one for whom the playmaker makes the play. He's got to be the finisher. He's got to be the guy that's setting the screen. He's got to be the roll man. He's got to be the guy at the end of that whole thing. Or you've got to get him in a down low position where he can do his damage in a more controlled environment. But if you're asking him to go out there and make decisions, and that is not going to work. That is not going to happen. It's not going to work. That's not. And you could see some of the reasons behind that. Again, it's disappointing because when you take all the stuff out of it, man, UConn, yeah, you're on the road playing UConn, but UConn without Aycock is not a particularly good team. Like that's not a that's a game you should be winning. They lost him 30 seconds in. That's a game you should be winning. So go along the line. Cincinnati's not that great of a team.
And their best player, the one who's been carrying them, was in foul trouble early in that game.
He missed a big chunk of that game
for you to really pull away and ice that game early in the game.
So that's the deal. Like it's really interesting to see some theory about what this season might be. But like when you just look at the pure talent and like the actual game and the way the game was played, you should be winning that game, and that's where it hurts because. You're not winning these games, man. Yeah, you can. We know, Wiseman, etc. DJ Jeffries. You still need to be winning this game.
This game, the Cincinnati game on the road, South Florida,
clearly,
these are the types of games where when we talked about them, when did my man come out with the article saying Memphis was playing more like a bubble team when they were right before the Georgia game? That's when that article came out. And these were the games that I sat here and was like, no, they'll win these games. They'll beat those teams. Now, will they beat Wichita State or Houston?
Didn't know about DJ Jeffries.
Didn't know about DJ Jeffries.
But still.
But will they beat those teams twice? Can they split those matchups? That is what I was thinking they would be able to do. And then fast forward to now, after those games have been played, they really left a lot of opportunity out there on the court, and you can't do that with the resume that Memphis has. Lack of quad one games, so therefore lack of quad one wins, coupled with the 2 quad 3 losses and the quad 4 loss and the loss by 40. Like you can't do those things and get into the tournament. It's very difficult.
They don't have a quad 4 loss. They have a quad.
Okay.
They have 2 quad 3s.
Ah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, the South Florida and Georgia games
that was a 4.
at home are both 3s.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 would be like you'd have to really. I mean, I think it's below like 150 at home or something like that. I'm not even sure. Now if you want, if the chance for a quad 4 loss would be Wednesday against East Carolina. If they lose that game, that would be a quad 4 loss, and that would certainly doom any and all possibility of anything. We'll get some more of your texts on the other side, your phone calls as well on the First Bank text line, First Bank phone line in this hour. Power brought to you by our friends at Mid-South Power Distributors, mid-southpower.com. Go there. Diesel engines, that's for you. Heavy duty, medium duty, light duty. If you're like our friend, the No Chalk Jock, the Meatless Mamba out there, and you got a heavy duty diesel, you're out there rolling through big time. You probably have one of those, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know because you guys don't invite me anywhere, so I'm assuming that. But like you probably do. So if you're like him, then you definitely will need to go see Mid-South Power and see Mid-South Power Distributors. Let them take a look whether you're doing the repairs yourself or you want to put it on their in-shop dyno to get them to take a look at it and get the repairs done. They will have you running great. If you have diesel engines in your company or in your home, you will need them to help you have it be perfect for you. They're awesome. Good folks. Been doing it for 26 years. Go see them. Mid-South Power, 3225 Mill Branch, online mid-southpower.com. Back after this, Peter and CJ with you on a President's Day. Sports 56 Mornings. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
If you've always thought, hey, I'd look pretty good in Lexus, well, guess what? Lexus thinks so too. Lexus is offering you the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Great offers on all 2020 models and special lease options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Stop by Lexus of Memphis, 2600 Ridgeway, and put yourself in the driver's seat of an all-new 2020 flagship LS500. Hey, you look pretty good there. Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing.
Hey everybody, love is in the air and no one loves their customers more than our friends at All-Star Chevrolet. Because if you would love to be in a new Chevy right now, Olive Branch is where you want to be. They have all the deals you'll love, like new 2020 Silverados with 0 for 72, plus thousands in customer cash. 0 for 72 with a new 2020 Equinox as well, plus thousands in cash when you finance with GM. And not to brag, Chevy just keeps getting more awards, and the awards mean something, people. Like the new Corvette Stingray 2020 North American Car of the Year. So head to Olive Branch and drive a new All-Star Chevrolet today. Drive them all. Remember, not the Pike, not Mount Moriah, not South Haven or Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch. And everybody at All-Star Chevy has one job: to make sure you get a better deal that's more fun and in record time. So if you'd love to have a new Chevy right now, maybe a new Silverado, find new roads to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch or go to allstarautogroup.com.
I wish we could stay here forever. We deliver olives, Greek sandals, and everything you need to relive that perfect trip to the Mediterranean. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Memories. What we deliver by delivering.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
Tiger Hoops fans have something extra to look forward to this coming March. Not only is it tournament time, but it's the opening of the Tiger Hoops exhibit at the Pink Palace Museum.
After Finch's two-pointer, Ronnie Robinson sank the shot that once again brought the two teams into a tie.
Come to the Pink Palace Museum this March and experience 100-plus years of Tiger men's and women's basketball, from their beginnings as the West Tennessee State Normal School to the present.
The Tigers are very much alive.
Don't miss the Tiger Hoops exhibit at the Pink Palace Museum, opening March 7th.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1, and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
What I feel now. Let's call the song exactly what it is. Step and move your hips with a feeling from side to side.
Yeah, all right. Peter and CJ back with you on a President's Day Sports 56 Mornings. Talking Tigers and UConn, another loss for the Tigers in what is increasingly a kind of bleak season. What it is, what it is, what it is. Mm-hmm. Now, we got to talk about Shaka Khan's anthem coming up later. This is a divisive topic, I'm sure.
Is there a note she didn't hit?
She did all. They were all of them. I mean, I think she was getting paid by the different types of notes, and if so, she did very well for herself. Texter 67129 says, "I just love to watch Precious Achiuwa play. I love his demeanor on the court. I think I saw him go over to the UConn Hurt player on an inbound in front of UConn's bench and say an encouraging word to him. Precious is truly precious. I can only imagine how good he would be if he had good experienced guards." I would totally agree with that. I was happy to hear on the previous broadcast, the Cincinnati game, I think it was, some of the announcers comparing him to Pascal Siakam. That's always been my comp for him, since back in October. And I think, again, Siakam, it's taken him 3 or 4 NBA years to figure his body out, but now the guy is an all-star. The guy is a legit all-star. And the reason for that is pretty simple, because the guy just he works really hard. Precious is definitely a hard worker. There's no doubt about that. And on top of everything else, the dude is he's a hard worker. Attitude's there, skill level. We're gonna work. We're gonna get there with skill level. But he's got the size. He's got the diversity of skills. I think there's a lot to like there. And if it all comes together, I think he's going to be a really valuable player. But obviously you can see there's just nights when one aspect is working well, when one facet's working well, it gets for half, and then the other half not so much. He's still very inconsistent. I do think experienced guards would make a big difference for him.
Yes, and he is the one of the players on the roster right now that we've seen so far. He is the one where you say, okay, this dude is that NBA talent. That talent is there.
You can see it.
You can see it. Catching the ball on the break, a step behind half court, 2 guys everybody's back on defense, 2 guys specifically back, looking at him, keying in on him, and his ability, 1 dribble to the 3-point line, picks the ball up, and splits the double team for a foul on a shot attempt. He gives you those plays. The dunk he threw down, a step outside of the paint against Cincinnati. You can see, he makes those eye-popping plays. Those plays oh my gosh, didn't know we were doing this type of thing as a species. He does that. With that being said, his decision making is not where you need it to be to win games late. And while he will develop, I do believe I'm with you on this. He'll develop into a pretty good NBA player, potentially a really pivotal piece for a team. Right now, he's not that. So as a coaching staff, you have got to find a way to utilize him to the best of his ability to really maximize him, because it can't just be give him the ball and then have him go make a play. You don't have that player on the team. So it is important that late in games, you become more focused on running your stuff and running sets and running plays to create mismatches for you that then Precious Achiuwa might can take advantage of on, like you said, on the second guy. So the shot goes up, he's the next guy. Or on the pick and roll, he's the roll man, where he can take advantage of those types of things.
I think that's what it comes down to. Texter says, I believe the Tigers are being too aggressive on defense, getting into foul trouble. UConn was in the bonus at the 13-minute mark of the second half. Penny also refuses to play zone when they get into foul trouble. Yeah, I think that they walk that line and often cross that line. And when it comes to their defense, they're so they're so disruptive. That's part and parcel of who they are. That's the whole thing. But yeah, a lot of times, depending on how the officials are calling the game or depending on their level of aggression, it goes too far. And yeah, you can end up giving up some cheap points and getting yourself into foul trouble too early on. I think that's fair. I think the Tigers' length, their timing, they are a really good rim protecting bunch, as evidenced by the numbers. I think it is a little hit or miss, though. I think they're a little. I think the Texters hitting on something in terms of the level of aggression. I think sometimes it's a little bit gambling, and most of the time they're getting away with it, but not all the time, and not against some of the better teams that scheme them a little bit differently. I think that's why their defensive numbers have gone down some in conference play. And teams are a little more used to the way they're open on back doors sometimes. They're a little they overplay things. So, I don't think you can, no matter what you do, I don't think you can just do one thing.
Right.
Even if you do it really, really well, you do need to change it up a little bit, or even a mediocre team can figure you out if you've only got one way of playing defense.
And you can change it up, and that change for the first 2 or 3 possessions of that change can lead to turnovers because the team simply is just not prepared for that. You've been playing man for the past 13, 14 minutes. All of a sudden, a zone is thrown at you. That can disrupt the offensive flow, force that team and force their coach to have to take a timeout. You can definitely do those things. The more tricks you have in your bag, the better off you are. With that being said, 17% from three, 32% from the field is what they held UConn to.
Oh no, they were. The problem was they gave them some cheapies at the line.
Yeah.
18 of 20 UConn was at the line. UConn was not scoring on a regular basis in the flow of the game, but they got 18 of their 64 points. That's about 28, 30% of their points at the free throw line. That's a lot. Some of those were unnecessary. We'll come back. We'll talk more about this in hour number 2. Also, we'll get into MLB drama.
Yes.
Our week in the XFL.
Yes.
Woo! All of that to come here on Sports 56 Mornings. Peter and CJ with you. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Everyone agrees that February is the most romantic month. Not just because of Valentine's Day, but because it's so cold, this is the month when we really have to share that body heat. And if you want romance, you simply can't beat 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination. Take your significant other out for the dinner of their life at 117 Prime, and romance will definitely be in the air. A great wine list, a huge selection of bourbons, perfect steaks, and of course, the best oyster bar in downtown Memphis. Take the one you love to 117 Prime, and you'll definitely be sharing body heat later.
I'm a big fan of Town Village, and there is always something to do year-round. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $2,300. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, daily check-in, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1, and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and C.J. Hertz. This hour is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quincy White Station. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
Playing that organ. I feel like this is a church. Pass the plate. I go to a real jazzy church.
Oh, do you?
Love great.
This does seem like the sort of song that gets played like right at the end of the pastor's sermon. Like after he gets done shouting and hollering, the church is feeling the spirit. This song is playing as people are scooting and dancing down the aisle.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Just. A lot of that going on.
That happens a lot at my church. Also.
Does it?
No.
One of my dad called me one day after going to one of his churches. It's like, yo, I had to leave early. They started doing cartwheels and flipping down the aisle. It's like, oh, that seems like the spot to be at. Let's get that going.
What? Okay. All right. This is hour number 2. It is President's Day. We got the President's Day tree up. Everybody's celebrating by honoring the presidents by getting money. Dead presidents.
Texas had cash on the president's tree.
Cash on the president's tree. Yeah.
I'm all for that.
That's right.
We know you are.
That's your life. You're all about that life. I put a cherry tree up because, George Washington chopped down the cherry tree.
Oh.
So they said.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't lie about it. They said, George, you chopped that cherry tree down? He said, yeah.
I chopped it down.
What are you going to do about it? Because he had an axe in his hand.
Nothing.
So they weren't going to do anything about it. And he's wearing that powdered wig.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, George was an interesting guy.
A lot of wooden teeth.
George Dub. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's his name. George Dub.
George Dub.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be confused with George W.
Correct.
Okay.
Or just W, yes. This is George Washington. Not George Washington Bush.
Oh, okay.
That's not what the W stands for.
Is that not it?
No,
I thought it was George Washington Bush.
I don't believe so. I don't know what it's for, but I think it's Wilson. Maybe
I'm gonna go Washington.
Wilson. I think it's Wilson. I'm gonna say Wilson, but that's not my final answer. Nonetheless, enjoy your President's Day festivities.
Oh, it's Walker.
Walker. That's Walker. Come on, jeez. His dad was George Herbert Walker, but
we should have
known that.
We should have got that.
That's
We got to do better.
Brain's a little slow.
Yes.
This morning. So come on, everybody. I hope you're not going to work today. But if you are, sorry. Otherwise, we're going to help you do your thing this morning. We're talking Tigers, UConn, another disappointing loss for the Tigers. Tigers now back to 6-6 in conference. A very good opportunity to go back to 7-6 against East Carolina on Wednesday night. That is, certainly a game that they need to be winning. But then after that, you go. You stay at home. You're playing Houston, not easy. Then at SMU, not easy. You saw the ending of the first SMU game.
Mm-hmm.
Then at Tulane, need to be winning that game. Home to Wichita State, and then at Houston. So you play Houston twice in these final 6 games. Houston twice, Wichita State, SMU, Tulane, East Carolina. The guesswork, the punditry would tell you that this team is likely to go 3-3 in that stretch, possibly 2-4.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't gonna get it done. At this point now, CJ, do you think that the Tigers are a strictly
win the tournament to get in?
Let me finish my sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say are a great group of guys.
Oh, yes, they are.
Okay,
they
good.
are a great group
All
of
right,
guys. They are, and they also need to win the tournament to get in.
Yeah, I think at this point the idea that they were a bubble team, which they kind of that was controversial at the time.
Mm-hmm.
As you remember, you brought that up earlier when we had John Gasway on, bringing up one of his colleagues writing that particular piece. Paul Sabin was the one who wrote
That's
it.
who did it.
And the Tigers were 12-1 at that point. Now, obviously, there have been some extenuating circumstances with DJ Jeffries and his injury and all that, but nonetheless, it's the flu. That flu certainly hurt them early on, but just purely from a results standpoint, since that came out, the Tigers are 5-7, and he said they profiled to be a team that would be like 22-8, 22-9, somewhere in there, with not a lot of great wins, and that's exactly what they're going to end up being. Mm-hmm. Even if they win out at this point, that's you get 2 Houston wins, that would help, certainly. A quad 1 and then a quad 1A for the road game. But, that's easier said than done. That's not going to be easy to do. If you do that and you throw these other guys, then you at least have a fighting chance at it. But, yeah, I think at this point you're going to need to do some damage and win the tournament at this point to be in it. We'll see. Melvin is dialed up. He wants to talk a little bit of Tigers on the First Bank phone line, so let's do that now. Melvin, good morning.
Morning, Melvin.
Hey, how y'all guys doing?
What's going on?
Man, another game. Same results. And it's like when you try to I'm a fan of the team, but it's like people think you can't. If you criticize a team, that means you're a hater. You're not getting on time. I mean, it's just way better than what Tubby got 2 years. The second year, Josh Pestner, he was struggling, but he made a tournament. Every game is the same thing. We had a 10-point lead in Cincinnati. You run the same play with Lomax, which is too little. You put Boogie Ellis in the lineup for he can run a pick and roll because they can't go under. They go under. They say, okay, we're going to let Lomax go to the hole because he can't finish. And those are just wasted possessions. And Precious is our best player. I get that. I know that. But if he's taking 22 shots, Lester didn't take over 4 shots. Boogie had 6 shots yesterday. Yesterday, Diamond Bar played out. He hit a 3. I said, man, Bar gave a bad point lead. He hit a 3. And he went out the game. You know what? He didn't get back in. Alex Lomax had 6 turnovers. This is a guy I've been a little high in the season when he was the closer against Ole Miss, Tennessee. But Penny, every time I call it the same thing. Penny has a bad habit of playing bad players for too long of a stretch. And it happens every game. The second half of the team is playing right in front of the coach. The coach is right there. Pressure get the rebound, he's not passing nothing. They throwing the ball, he's not passing. They'll double team, he'll shoot a fall away. With 20 seconds on the shot clock, no ball rotate. It's the black hole. He's averaging 0.8 assists. He's averaging 2.9 turnovers. And again, I know this is our best player. I get that. But against Cincinnati, this is a prime example. Cumberland couldn't get a shot. What did he do? He was passing the ball to his cousin, to the other guy, to the Jones guy. I mean, winning players make winning plays. I know he's playing in front of his family, but I mean, he doesn't make winning plays. I love the kid, but the first half is the same thing every game. He'll go to the hole, and it jumps out in. And Wolo asked him after the game, a tough question was, I was hoping he asked him about it. He said in the second half, he started shooting three. Why did you, fade away? He was like, well, the coach, they said they don't want me, my game in the box, and I got to show all my, so what? The team wants you to shoot three. I mean, what do he might make one a game, but the second half, man, I'm shooting threes. I got to get him out. I mean, he wasn't passing anything. And I mean, man, I don't know, man. Like y'all said, the first half, like, you go back to the South Florida game, we foul a lot. Okay, we be in a bonus. We'll have a 5-point lead. Soon we get a 5-6-point lead. What Penny do? Press. Diamond Bob, Tyler Harris, those guys. I mean, the whole backcourt, they reach. And they just get guys free throws. The guy, what's his name? Vital. The guy we played on twice, he had missed a free throw. Why are y'all fouling that guy? Please do not foul him. He's never missed a free throw this year against us. He's 90% shooter. The players haven't worked on this year. Every time we get a 5 or 6 point lead, then you get ahead of somebody. Another thing, every time we get somebody get 2 fouls, he don't play them anymore. This is something that I really just hate this. Johnny Wagner plays this horrible. 2 fouls, he don't play no more. I mean, Cincinnati brought Cumberland back in. Then the second half, Boogie Ellis gets third, him and Lester. And we feel like a 2-point lead, 3-point lead. He let them guys sit. I mean, put one in, the offense go to the drink. And you got both of them guys on the bench. I don't know, Jeff. What you think about that?
Thanks, Melvin. Appreciate it. I think lineups. I think lineups have been an issue for Penny this year. I would agree with that. I think that there's a lot of times when he struggles to find his best group, whether it's a matter of giving some of the preferred players a little too much of a leash out there, or whether it's lack of identifying in-game trends. I think Penny, they've drawn up some nice stuff. They drew up some good plays out of timeouts. I think that's there. I think some of the game planning has been okay. But I think in-game adjustments still elude this group. I think they're not. It gets true of a lot of coaches. Like it's you can plan. Some coaches are just really gifted at being able to analyze it very quickly. What's going on? I mean, Lord knows, having coached my son's 8-year-old team, it's hard enough for me to figure out what's going on with 8-year-olds. Like, right. I'm like, who's got the matchups? Have I played this kid? Like, what are my lineups? I'm trying to figure that stuff out. So I get it. Like, it's chaotic even in a very low key. So I cut him some slack there, but I do think within the context of the game, they don't identify issues fast enough, and they don't respond. So that is a weakness. I think you've seen that in some of those lineups.
And it is. I get that you want to play people their minutes, but at a certain point, you've got to be able to look around and say, "Oh, okay, this guy has it," and you have to be flexible enough to understand that on a given night, Boogie may have it, Tyler may have it, Alo may have it, and Lester may have it, and then run with that person for that game as long as you can. So if that means that that person, Lester, is eating minutes from Alo, or Boogie's eating minutes from Tyler, or Tyler's eating minutes from Lester, whatever that means, just for that game is going to have to be that way because this person is on right now. And when you are on, especially from the offensive end for the Tigers, which is where they really seem to struggle, you've got to, as a coach, say, all right, this individual has it. We are going to not necessarily run things for them. We are going to run through them, though. We are going to hit the ball in their hand a couple of times each possession and just see what the defense does and how the defense adjusts, and then I'll make an adjustment from there. And Coach Hardaway and this coaching staff just have not done as good a job as I would have hoped with that part of the whole coaching. They're playing hard out there. Give them credit for that, but the coaching staff has got to not only get them to play hard, but make the chest-tight moves in the game, make the right adjustments in game to give themselves a better chance of winning games. Did y'all win this weekend?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not even close.
All right.
Like it was real bad.
Oh, man. My condolences. Keep getting them out there, though. Your team is playing hard, too. They're trying. You might need to switch to the Fritson style offense, man. Get some back cuts in there. Player movement. Get them out there. Defensively, what are we doing?
We're just. I can't talk about that. I'm still sad.
And you go to much like the Tigers, one of your star players is out. It's hard.
No, he was back.
Oh, he was? And we still didn't? Yeah, well, he has to get back into the flow of the game, though. That's what it is.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that. That's right. That's probably what happened. Boy, oh boy. Got the playoffs rolling up too. We're just not.
What seed are we getting?
That's not going to be a good one. We're not playing our best basketball at this point, so we're struggling here a little bit. So, anyway, that I get it. I can sympathize with Penny here. That's I know what it's like to go through a season of struggle. It hasn't all come together the way that you thought it might.
Did you predict national championship and come out in the fog of smoke?
I did.
8-year-old championship.
I came out in the rec league. I was like, we're winning this whole thing. It's like y'all don't want none of this. None of you coaches out there, none of you players. Y'all don't want any of this. Before every game, we just talk, unbelievable trash to the other 8-year-olds. And
that's great. That's good
and
stuff.
And then we just get killed.
Oh, that is
not good. Not good stuff at all. No, we don't. No, it's I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard lesson. This is a hard season, and you got to find that balance. You got to find that balance, and they've not been able to do it at any point in time. I think the stuff about Precious. He's not. He doesn't. He's a very, 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 very talented player.
Mm-hmm.
He is the most talented player on this team by a mile, without Wiseman. I mean, by a mile. He has got the most potential of any player on this team by a mile. But I think it's a fair criticism to say he does not have a good feel for the game.
Mm-hmm.
That his feel for basketball, that's another thing that, coaching these little kids is a good way to learn of feeling that just having a feel for making the right play at the right moment. It's like, It's one of those things that you don't necessarily, we talk about John Moran a lot. One of those things that you can't always quantify, but you just watch and you can see it just dripping off the kid is the ability to understand what plays need to be made at what time. When to push the tempo, when to back it down a little bit, when to, drive in and hold off the man on his hip while he's assessing the situation, when to just go, all the way live right to the basket without any kind of hesitation, when to get teammates involved versus when to push his own offense. All these little plays like that. That's smart basketball. And, you can teach that to some extent, but a lot of it is also just you have to be able to execute and have a great awareness of situational basketball. And he doesn't. Precious Achiuwa doesn't. When you see a guy that does, it just comes, and Precious just doesn't. He takes those threes in weird spots. He, he'll pull up, and even one of the shots he made was an 18-foot step-in pull-up jumper. That's not his shot. I mean, that you made it, but that's not a good shot. We're not running stuff. Part of that is also that I don't think the guards have great situational awareness either. No one seems to have great situational awareness on the offensive end of the court. But it's glaring with him, with the amount of talent that he has. When he got the rebound or steal, I forget whether it came off and drove down and picked up the offensive foul.
Yeah,
just drive it. Again, you're not aware of where you are, your body control, and walked. No, he walked.
Yeah,
you got to pull that one back and set your offense. So just stuff like that, I think, is a very fair criticism of him at this point.
And it's a fair criticism of, like you said, everybody.
Most of those guys.
You said
he's just more. He's just so much more talented. So it's more glaring with him. But
like a player like Alo, somebody who still is over penetrating. He's
when
gotten
he made that
better
pass on the wing late in the game that the guy stole and threw it off of. What was that? That wasn't even. There was no hope of that thing working.
I mean, who would late in games, I guess, be the guy to run pick and roll with Precious? Because it seems like of everybody, Penny believes that Alo is the one with that situational awareness. But watching Alo play, it is very clear that his situational awareness isn't that great either. Who is somebody who you could put the ball in the hand and say, hey, 2-man game, you and Precious, one of y'all will make a play. Is it Boogie? Like, and that therein lies the issue why they can't close these games late. There isn't that guy for them who can go out there late in the game who you can pair with Precious and say, okay, this pick and roll is going to get us something good. Be it a shot for you, a shot for Precious, or a shot for somebody else, and it's going to be a high percentage shot. They don't have that player. Therefore, it is hard for them to close these games out. Like Jeremiah Martin was that player last year.
Jeremiah Martin, well, yeah, it was. They could absolutely use
something
Martin.
like that.
I mean, again, it would be, some combination of Alex Lomax and Boogie Ellis. If you could combine those two players, you might have a chance. Because Lomax, his speed and his ability to get into tight spaces, mixed with Boogie Ellis's shot making ability and potential for offense, that would be you could make that work, but individually no. Lance Thomas, you could really use a lot from Lance Thomas, and he had that moment where
3-game stretch
where he was fantastic, but since then not getting it done. Again, Lester was Lester not like that was Precious's like kind of they were sort of a package deal. Lester's a 4-star, 5-star.
4. I'm pretty sure. Lester
he had a lot of stars, right?
Yeah, he had 4.
He had a significant amount of stars.
50, like 53, 54 national.
We got to be doing more than this, right?
I would think so.
Don't we?
I would think so. But Boogie was I'm pretty sure Boogie was 5-star, 38 player in the nation, and this is what we're getting from him.
Now, ESPN lists Lester Quinones as 6'5", 245. I think that seems a little.
Well, and that might be.
If he's 245. That might explain it. That seems a little. That might not be accurate. I'm gonna be honest with you. That might not be accurate. 6'5", 245. Good Lord, that can't be right.
247. Well, this was in high school.
145.
Has him at 6'5", 180.
Yeah, okay.
My man hit on what? What is that? 65?
Yeah. The old freshman 65.
I know barbecue's good here, but damn.
Woo.
4-star. Had him as 247 had him as a 4-star, number 8 shooting guard in Nation 58 nationally.
Yeah, I need more. I need more from him. This year he's not. It's not bad. 11 points a game, 45% from the field, 35% from 3. That's okay. But for this year especially, in that game, you gotta step up. Look for that offense. Give me a little more aggression. Give me a little more something out there. And it just isn't happening for the 245-pounder from out of the New York area. Let's. We'll come back and we got to switch gears to talk a little MLB.
Hey, I'm walking
XFL.
here.
Hey,
I'm walking here.
Hey, I'm 245 pounds here. Hey, what's going on?
Where did Luigi and Mario come from?
The pizza pie. Hey.
And the barbecue sauce.
Hey, I like the barbecue. All right, we'll come back. Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk Sports 56 96 187.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/search. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/search. That's ZipRecruiter.com/search. ZipRecruiter.com/search.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
You're scrambling around. You need a haircut. Where you gonna go? I got a place that has 15 locations. I've got a place where details matter. I've got a place that can be invigorating and relaxing at the same time. You know what it is? It's Supercuts. Every haircut ends with the signature hot towel finish. Every haircut matters. When you're getting ready, you go into Supercuts. The stylist will pay attention to every detail, so you get the haircut you want, and of course, you're going to finish with that signature hot towel. You walk out clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. And you might want to ask that hairstylist about what the tea tree experience is. One part invigorating, one part relaxing. The tea tree experience is something you need to try. 15 locations. I mentioned that, didn't I? All you've got to do is go to supercuts.com. You'll find the one nearest to you. Get super ready at Supercuts.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. For more than 26 years, they've supplied all the diesel parts that you need. From simple repairs to complete overhauls, they have it all. Whether it's heavy, medium, light-duty, agricultural, marine, or off-road, Mid-South Power is the leading source for all things diesel. Fuel injection, turbochargers, engine parts, alternators, starters, and brakes, they can supply all the parts and services you need. Stop in today at 3250 Mill Branch Road in Memphis or call 901-396-0710.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings and Grill. With 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings and Grill is family friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every $1 you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings and Grill.
The Can-Am Spring Fever event is here and ready to take you on the ultimate off-road ride and get you some serious savings. Can-Am is built for ripping through trails, crawling through mud, cruising over dunes, getting the job done. Get it done for less. Farmers and ranchers can save up to $1,500 on select 2020 Defender models, or even on select 2019 models, save up to $2,500 during the Spring Fever event. Get yourself a new Can-Am off-road vehicle at a great price. Visit us today, Olive Branch Motorsports, 5656 Goodman Road, or online at obmotorcycleatv.com.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quincy White Station. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
I'm marching with love. Goldfinger, Thunderball, Casino, Royal,
Texter all in caps says CJ is right.
Yes!
Is that you? Did you text in? CJ?
No, that's not a 615 area code. No. Thank you, Texter. I have no clue what I said, but I'll say more of that.
You don't know?
No clue.
All right, so this week, well, before I tell you about this week, I want to tell you about a little story. A friend of a friend.
Okay.
Who had a situation pop off this weekend, and this friend of a friend did not do the right thing. It's an individual who had to go to the dealer. They had a key fob that messed up in their car. That's a friend of a friend. So that friend of a friend apparently didn't get the message that we've been trying to tell everybody about going to our friends at East Memphis Ace Hardware, where they have the Duracell Key Fob Center and can help you if your key fob gets messed up in your car, if you have some kind of issue, if it's broken or if the electronics themselves get messed up, you can get it fixed. But they didn't get that message. And so this person ended up at the dealer, and when all was said and done, their bill was close to a grand.
Yeah.
And a big chunk of that was just simply the key fob and the electronics and all that, because the dealership, that's kind of a point of profitability potentially for them. Duracell, 92% of automobiles out there can be you can get the key fob done with Duracell and save hundreds of dollars, or in this case, nearly a grand.
Yeah.
So let's learn our lesson. Go to East Memphis Ace Hardware, corner of Quincy White Station. Go talk to Lou in the key department, and Lou will help you out. Lou will hook you up. He'll get you taken care of. You'll save you a bunch of money. If your key fob's messing up, if it's broken, if it's giving you some issues, if it's just completely dead, they can take it from there, and they'll save you a whole bunch of money in the process. It's what Terry and Philip and Jarrett and the whole crew over there, what they've been doing. So go and save yourself some money.
Kari had that issue. Kari said it saved him. It was about half at Ace as opposed to doing it through the dealership.
So $150 probably, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Go holler at Ace.
Not bad. Not bad at all. It'll definitely save you some money. You'll appreciate it. You'll thank me later on. Now, Major League Baseball. I appreciate what's going on here.
Yes.
This is like we are in some serious drama.
Yes.
You got the Astro situation that is, quite frankly, becoming toxic right in front of our very eyes. The Astros clearly are not appreciated by the vast majority of Major League Baseball or its fans.
Or restaurant chains. Buffalo Wild Wings doesn't like them either.
Buffalo Wild Wings. And so because this whole situation, stealing signs, knowing what pitches are coming, banging on the trash cans, cheating, doing it in 17, 18, 19, then having like the guys like Carlos Correa come out and try to act as if it wasn't that big of a deal, and that really it didn't affect the World Series that much, and or at all in the case of Jim Crane, the Astros owner, didn't apologize really.
But he never said that it didn't affect the World Series.
But then he did. But then he didn't. Then he didn't.
Yeah. It didn't. But it did. But he never said that it didn't, because it did.
But then they didn't. But then they did.
Okay.
What? What are you talking about? Like, what is happening? And that's where all the frustration comes in from baseball fans. Then on top of that, so many guys are saying that, when other players, when they realize what's happened here, and they start to think about, all the lives that have been changed by this. Yu Darvish comes out and says, he was widely mocked for what people thought were him tipping his pitches, prior to in the 2017 World Series. And he says, well, was I tipping my pitches, or did they just know what was coming? That's a fair question to ask. How many people's lives have been changed by the Astros doing this? How many people lost their jobs from the Astros cheating in the game, the very fundamental fabric of the game? Rob Manfred had a interview with Carl Ravitch, and the commissioner of Major League Baseball, just could not have sounded more out of touch, could not have sounded more corporate, could not have sounded more antiseptic. And really, this only made the situation that much worse, especially when you compare it to what happened to like Manchester City in soccer, in the Champions League. They will be banned from the competition for 2 years, fined 30 million euros, which is about $35 million bucks. The Astros, meanwhile, I think it's a $6 million fine, $2 million fine, and no ban, no players are being banned, no situation that I can tell that's coming up like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Manfred said, "Yeah, I understand. I understand people's desire to have the players pay a price for what went on here. So far, so good. I think if you watch the players, watch their faces when they have to deal with this issue publicly, they have paid a price. Oh, boy. To think they're skipping down the road into spring training happy, that's just a mischaracterization of where we are. Having said that, the desire to have actual discipline imposed on them, I understand it. And in a perfect world, it would have happened."
Wait, what? Huh?
We ended up where we ended up in pursuit of really, I think, the most important goal of getting the facts and getting them out there for people to know it. They stripped the organization of 4 draft picks, a $5 million fine, but none of the players were suspended or fined. He said potentially stripping the Astros of the 2017 title. In the context of my original decision, it was something that we talked about and analyzed, a big topic of conversation between me and my senior staff. It has never happened in baseball. I'm a believer in the idea that precedent happens, and when you deviate from that, you have to have a very good reason. Okay, well, this seems like a pretty good reason. The report gave people a transparent account of what went on. We put people in position to make their own judgments about the behavior that went on. That certainly has happened over the last month. The idea of an asterisk or asking for a piece of metal back seems like a futile act.
Okay.
Now, that piece of metal is known as the Commissioner's Trophy, interestingly enough.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh. It's a World Series. People seem to value it a little more than just a piece of metal.
Some people work their whole lives to get at that. Some do. Yes.
Some people probably find it pretty offensive that the commissioner of a league would refer to his league's number one goal as just a piece of metal. We asked for a piece of metal back. Some people would probably, well, actually, a lot of people, as it turns out, would get very upset at that. Many people writing around the country about how disrespectful to the game that is. Players talking about how disrespectful to the game, how out of touch Rob Manfred is. And this is just ridiculous. Then on top of that, Manfred apparently has warned other teams not to take action against the Astros.
This is the kicker. This is the kicker.
On top of everything else. I mean, this is the most, I would say disrespectful is the word. The most pitiful, the most indefensibly weak commissionering that you could possibly have. And if you don't care about the well-being of your own sport, if you don't care to keep the basic fabric of the sport, cheating, the thing that is the most important thing, not cheating the sport. If you don't care about that, and if you don't care to do anything about it, how can you expect your players to?
I don't think you can. And I get where he was coming from on the taking away of the trophy. Like, those memories are still there. We know what happened in 2017. We know that the Astros went out there and, be it through sign stealing or what have you, won the World Series. So taking away that trophy isn't going to be anything that is, to me, like a super harsh punishment. This is very much taking down a banner from a school in NCAA. With that being said, you got to punish players. You do. You can say all of that if on top of the fining and the stripping of draft picks from the Astros, you say, oh, and by the way, this player gets this many games, this player gets that many games. So these players are going to be suspended for their role in their involvement. To me, it is crazy. And I saw people saying this on Twitter. It's crazy that in a sport that rolls with unwritten rules, that throwing at the Astro players will get you a longer suspension than them actually cheating to win baseball games. Like that is where that again shows the disconnect between the commissioner and the fans and the players. Like this is wild.
Andy Nesbitt of USA Today. How is Rob Manfred still the commissioner of Major League Baseball?
Everybody hates their commissioner. My NBA is getting there on silver. But like this is real.
Oh yeah. Yeah. How hasn't someone stormed into his office on Park Avenue in New York City and dragged him down to the front door and booted him out onto the sidewalk? how is he still allowed to bring down the great game of baseball like this in broad daylight? Because that's exactly what he's doing. Calls him gutless, calls him cowardly. He disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Echoing sentiments from, like you said, everybody across the nation who is not in Houston. Everybody not in Houston is hot. Houston's got this Houston versus everybody thing going on right now, which is really, really wild. And then you hear players get out there. You brought up Correa, like 8 minutes, talking about, well, we didn't want to take off my man's shirt because he had an ugly tattoo and his wife didn't like it. It's like, oh, okay. All right. Like this thing is getting to the point to where players.
Apparently he does have a tattoo. Now, he could have gotten that tattoo at any point. I mean, who knows? But he does have a tattoo. I can't speak to whether it's ugly or not, but he showed
it was unfinished. I jumped down the rabbit hole on this one. There is somebody who has dedicated large chunks of their life to going back and watching all of the Astros at bats in this span, and breaking down what is happening. And one of the things that this person, because I love a good conspiracy theory, who hit the home run and didn't want the shirt taken off?
Altuve.
Altuve. So Altuve had an undershirt on until he went to bat that inning, and then put the undershirt back on. And it's just like, well, wait, what? Yeah. Why is this happening? Yeah, what is going on?
He changed the undershirt before he went back out for the postgame stuff too. Like, I don't know, it was very weird, especially because, you know, as everyone pointed out, like when you have hit a walk-off in a playoff series like that, the last thing you'd be worried about is anything. Like, you just be like,
don't take off my shirt.
Correa was like, well, my wife said that it didn't look good when he ripped off his shirt one time, and so we shouldn't do that. And what? What? Like, this is like weird Nancy Drew mysteries type stuff that we got going here. This is very strange, and Rob Manfred was not 100% sure that there were no buzzers buzzing to let you know what he doesn't. The investigation said certain things. Correa's mouth is ridiculous at this point. I mean, ridiculous. Telling Cody Bellinger to
shut the
bleep up, and if you don't know. Here's a little bit of I would say, theory here. You guys got something?
Making sure. You good?
Okay. Little theory is that if you've got, when you hear someone arguing and someone says, do the research, chances are they're in the wrong. You obviously haven't done the research on this. More often than not, they're in the wrong. His interview with Ken Rosenthal, The Athletic, it's definitely worth checking out, and you could see what he has to say. But what he has to say is patently ridiculous.
Yes, very much so, and it is 7 minutes of glory though from my end. It's like, oh my gosh, this dude thinks we're stupid. He thinks we just don't know.
He thinks we're.
It's like, yeah, it only happened in 2017. Actually, they said something about 2018, 2019 too. Yeah, that was something else entirely. We only did it in 2017. That was the cheating we were involved in.
You think you can explain it enough and it's going to make it okay eventually?
No,
it's not.
No,
it's not. I'm not saying you should plunk these players. I'm certainly not saying you should throw at their head or anything like that. I'm also not saying you shouldn't throw at their, thigh or hip area. You have to figure something. I mean, it's you have cheaters, but no one can talk about them cheating because
we are plunking the Tim Andersons of the world for bat flips and celebrating home runs and having fun out there. So we're plunking fun. Like, I don't know where this is on the list of unwritten rules, but this has got to be up there. Like, yeah, if you can get away with plunking fun, you should be able to get away with plunking cheaters who the MLB has decided not to punish or reprimand in any sort of way.
We'll discuss it more. We'll also get to the XFL on the.
Speaking of petty,
that hour number 3 too. I'd say there's a lot of fun stuff happening there. We'll get back to the Tigers. We'll talk a little bit more about the All-Star game in a fabulous fourth quarter. All of that when we continue here in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Hey, everybody. Love is in the air, and no one loves their customers more than our friends at All Star Chevrolet. Because if you would love to be in a new Chevy right now, Olive Branch is where you want to be. They have all the deals you'll love, like new 2020 Silverados with 0 for 72, plus thousands in customer cash. 0 for 72 with a new 2020 Equinox as well, plus thousands in cash when you finance with GM. And not to brag, Chevy just keeps getting more awards, and the awards mean something, people. Like the new Corvette Stingray 2020 North American Car of the Year. So head to Olive Branch and drive a new All-Star Chevrolet today. Drive them all. Remember, not the Pike, not Mount Moriah, not South Haven or Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch. And everybody at All-Star Chevy has one job: to make sure you get a better deal that's more fun and in record time. So if you'd love to have a new Chevy right now, maybe a new Silverado, find new roads to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch or go to allstarautogroup.com.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking, no telephone pole to get in your way, a cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Farmers Insurance knows that there's a not-so-subtle difference between the sound of a car hitting your rear bumper and the sound of a clown car hitting your rear bumper.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry about that.
We call that a three-ring fender bender, and we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent.
They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. East Memphis Ace Hardware, located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. Can anyone explain to me why anyone would care how I measure your roof? We have all heard about measuring your roof from outer space. Well, to be honest, there are aerial pictures that are taken every 4 years that can be used to measure a building, but it's not from outer space. Besides, no one, and I mean no one, can tell you what's wrong with your roof or even if you need one by using pictures that might be 4 years old. If you would rather do business with a family-owned and operated business with a lifelong tie to Memphis that refuses to mislead or use gimmicks, please give me a call. Best products, best warranties, and the best customer service we know how to provide. Fiveash Roofing, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
What you say, get away just as fast as you can.
It's good stuff. Enjoying it this morning on President's Day. Hope you're making a lot of presidents if you are in fact going to work. Probably better for you if you're off work. Kids are off school. They got one-day camps going,
Do they?
for the kids. Yeah,
One day.
one-day camps.
Do what?
I don't know. Camp stuff.
That defeats the purpose of a camp.
What do you mean?
Camps are supposed to be where you forge friendships.
You could forge a friendship
in a day?
Sure.
Can you?
Why can't you?
Okay.
Why wouldn't you?
Okay.
You can't? You can't
I
forge a friendship
don't
in a
think
day?
so. Not in one day. That comes with time. How many friendships do you have that lasted one day, that you forged in one day?
They didn't last one day. I mean, I've started them in one day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they lasted a lifetime.
All right.
After all that. Come on, man.
It takes me longer. Week and a half, 2 weeks. Something like that.
You're you're just kind of a hater. I don't know. Or maybe
I might be.
Or maybe you're very, very reluctant to put yourself out there.
That is something else. I definitely am.
Okay.
So they're having a music camp on President's Day
Mhm.
in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
It's a one-day.
New Jersey. What?
What a commute from Memphis to New
There's some that are
Jersey.
closer. Let me tell you, there's definitely some that are closer.
No, I'm not saying that everybody should just take a trip to New Jersey today. I'm just throwing it out there that there are camps on.
There are camps.
There are camps.
There
today.
are camps. That's exactly right. There are camps out there. It is something else. So yeah, we've been talking about Major League Baseball and the ridiculous stuff from Rob Manfred. Everyone is going after Manfred. Manfred is going to probably survive this because of the fact that, much like Roger Goodell, baseball revenues are up, and this person works for the owners, and so the owners are the ones that are making the money. If you're making much money, then it feels like it's hard to get. Now, I would argue that basically based on the setup and the way that things are going within the framework of these sports, that almost anyone who is reasonably competent could be a commissioner and make this kind of money. But, I guess when you're the person in charge and you're actually doing it, then that's something. But Rob Manfred is being ripped by the outside folks. I mentioned the articles and the pieces that are coming out, and they're coming out a lot in a way that we've not seen from other commissioners. Even at the when people, Roger Goodell's taken a lot of flack, but he's never been attacked anywhere close to like this.
Right.
David Stern back in the day, Adam Silver, Gary Bettman from the NHL, kind of, but this is both barrels, full bore, like going at it. There's one that says either the investigations department is not very good at its job, or the league didn't take credible accusations of cheating very seriously to begin with. This is from Yahoo. Manfred wants to be known that his office didn't bury evidence of the Astros sign stealing until public outcry forced them to reckon with it. Just that they were never capable of finding any evidence in the first place. He's relying on ignorance as a defense, and in the process, admitting incompetence.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sounds like the long and the short of it right there.
Yeah, it's going to be a great season, specifically for teams playing against the Astros.
I mean, my goodness. Yeah, and again, make the comparison to Manchester City and what happened to them in the Champions League. Now, it gets hard to explain if you don't follow soccer about the Champions League, what that is compared to the Premier League. The main league that they play in is the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the equivalent of the NBA or the NFL or Major League Baseball. The Champions League is an extra competition on top of that is designed for the best teams in each of Europe's leagues to come together in its own separate tournament, which ends up taking the form of a season-long league. But ultimately, it's a separate competition. That's the one for which they've been banned. Any UEFA competition, any club competitions across Europe, they cannot be involved in for 2 years, which would cost them, those are very lucrative. So that's a huge money cost. Not being in those tournaments is a huge money cost. On top of the fact they're fined, $35 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's a significant punishment. That would be the equivalent of a postseason ban or something like that in Major League Baseball. For 2 years, you could not compete in the postseason. You could play in the regular season, but you could not compete in the postseason. That would be a significant punishment. So that they're at least showing you how it's, and Manchester City's going to appeal it, and it may take a while for this whole thing to get adjudicated, but I think the case is pretty strong against them. So
I think everybody would be fine with what has been done if, in addition to what has been done by the MLB, if they suspended the players involved also. Like, I think everybody would be fine as long as there was some sort of punishment for the main architects of the cheating scandal. But because there isn't, this is why folks are getting really worked up, and there's a clear divide between the MLB, Astros, and everybody else as to what should be done here and whether or not the apologies are enough from the players.
I mean, only you know what your threshold for that stuff is, but it's pretty crazy. Well, we're going to come back and talk XFL.
Yes.
Can't wait. Weekend review. Some fun stuff. There's some fun stuff that's happening in this league. Also, we'll get back to the Tigers. We'll talk All-Star game. We'll get you set up for the week ahead. Lots more to get to on the President's Day. Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ. Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 96.1 87.7.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkheimer for Sunrise Buick GMC Truck. Thinking about a new or used car truck and not sure where to get the most for your money? Listen to what Sunrise has to offer. Over 1,000 new Buicks and GMCs to choose from with factory rebates up to $6,500 and Sunrise discounts high as $10,000. Bad credit, bankrupt, slow pay, it's okay at Sunrise. We specialize in secondary financing, and if you've got a job, you're approved at Sunrise. The #1 volume Buick GMC dealer in the Mid-South and home of the guaranteed credit approval. SunriseMemphis.com, Covington Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville.
The best place to go for all things guns and gear is what you hear me talking about all the time. Collierville Guns and Gear has the only one-stop sound suppressor silencer shop in one place on Highway 72 in Collierville. Fingerprints, photo, trust, and notary all in one place. Only place in Tennessee that you can do that. Protecting your kids' ears and your ears and getting less recoil is huge. If you've not been to Tactical Guns and Gear, I promise they have all the latest and best guns and rifles before other shops even have them ordered. And how great is it that you can ask Jim or Jake to add all the gear you want to any gun or rifle, and they'll do the custom package for you. Gun, scope, sight, sling, case, balancer, and ammo, all done. A perfectly balanced rifle is everything, and the right scope is good too. All eyes are different. You may want red or green or night vision. Make sure Jim or Jake knows. For all things guns and gear, head to Tactical Guns and Gear on Highway 72 in Collierville and tell them Eli says hi. Online at tacticalgunsandgear.net.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know: Benswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 125 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Benswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Benswanger Glass in Midtown, located at 340 South Hollywood, across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit their website, benswangerglass.com. Benswanger Glass.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between, in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
I want to invite you to come by the Spirit Shop. You know, that little log cabin on Poplar, your liquor and wine oasis. The Spirit Shop has been providing sports fans their beverage needs since way back in 1969. So come in now and get ready for the big game. Whether your favorite team wins or loses, the Spirit Shop will help you celebrate or ease that pain away. The Spirit Shop is open every day, and they're located perfectly at 4848 Poplar. That's the corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also keep up to date with everything going on by keeping up with Sports 56 on social media. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch for information on breaking news, chances to win prizes, and video of all the shows. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Stay in touch with Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 on social media. We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
She's out of this world.
Yeah. President's Day, baby. What's your favorite? Who's your favorite president?
Tough question. Tough. Ooh. I'll go Roosevelt.
Which one?
Teddy.
Teddy. Why Teddy?
Because that's where we got the teddy bear name from.
Okay.
What's your favorite president?
Probably.
Or who's your favorite president?
Taft.
Really?
Big fat guy. I can make a special tub for him. That's always fun. What about you, Zach?
It's definitely Benjamin.
Benjamin
Franklin.
Really? Benjamin Franklin?
Benjamin.
Which one?
You know that Benjamin.
Benjamin?
Yeah, that Benjamin.
Do they have a name?
What's Benjamin's last name?
First name, last name?
Come on, CJ. You know what I'm talking about.
Talking about Benoit Benjamin?
You know what I'm talking about. That Benjamin.
I don't. I really don't.
He's the famous Benjamin.
Yeah, which one? Benjamin Hooks?
Come on. Like, we're on the same wavelength here. Come on. You know
Zach,
this.
I'm nervous.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm nervous. Which Benjamin, though, for real?
The $100 bill.
Yeah, that's Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we got one key issue with that. Really important issue. Benjamin Franklin, not a president.
I'm aware of that.
Yes, Zach. Don't you ever change, sir.
So your favorite president is in fact not a president at all.
No, but
I'm with you. If they're on money, they must have been president, Zach. I feel you.
Should never put him on 100.
How somebody who's not the president on the 100? I'm with you, Zach. This is not Zach's fault. This is the U.S. Mint's fault.
No, this is definitely Zach's fault. 100% Zach's fault.
But on a serious note.
On
a serious note, Zachary Taylor. Zachary, I can't.
Because your name is that?
Yeah, that was my name. Because when I saw that in school, I was like,
mysterious.
Oh snap! Like there's a Zachary that's a president. Doesn't look like me, but nevertheless,
certainly doesn't look like you.
Nevertheless, he has my name, so it's like, okay, that's cool.
Did you follow the thing when they exhumed his body back a long time ago, and they trying to see if he was poisoned or all that?
Yeah, I didn't get into.
You didn't get into that?
I didn't get that far.
Okay,
it was.
All right. Yeah, he died. He died after 4th of July, back in 1850.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good. No, it's not. Again, though, Benjamin Franklin, very important because he's actually. It's funny. Zach is not the first person to answer that with Benjamin Franklin today at this very radio station. Our friend Rico said the same thing.
Oh!
And I had to remind Rico as well that, interesting note about that thing, that whole thing there. Not a president. So there is that. Who's your favorite president? Text in 67129. 67129. Favorite president of the United States? Sure. Something else? Sure.
Just favorite president in general.
Just in general.
Just favorite. Oh, now we've opened it up.
I hope we got a couple of Grover Cleveland fans there coming in through the text line.
I'm still gonna go with my boy Teddy.
Okay. Grover Cleveland, of course, a lot of fun. Non-consecutive, 2-term president. That's always exciting.
That's so weird.
So weird, but you can do it apparently. All right. So what else is weird? Tigers losing again. That's weird. Hate to see it. Happening a lot. Too often. They lose to UConn on in a disappointing Sunday for all parties involved. And you can kind of get used to it. You can sort of become accustomed to it. You can see it happen a lot. But to watch it night in and night out, 3 straight losses now, it is disappointing. They've been in all different ways. A lot of poor execution down the stretch. That continued to be the case for the Tigers in this one. And this just looks like a team that is headed for the NIT at this point, which is so crazy and sad. I went back and reread Dana O'Neill's piece with Penny back in early October, and it just is like,
that's the athletic piece.
Yeah. And it's you look and like read the quotes coming out of that, and it sounds like a different like you're on a different planet. Like it is just so wild. This was written October 2nd, and he says, quote, "What do I know? I know when I have something special. When I see this group in action, see their abilities, I know what's at stake, and I know what's out there. The teams like Michigan State, Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, all the usual suspects. I've studied the film. I know who they are, but when I look at this group, I just say to myself, we're going to win a national championship. That's what I know." He says, "I don't do coach speak. I don't like to undersell and overdeliver to make myself look better." Mission accomplished. Definitely didn't undersell.
No.
And definitely didn't overdeliver.
No.
So kudos, coach.
Good job, coach.
He likes to oversell and underdeliver. That's better? Question mark? Something? These were comments made. Now, obviously, a lot of water under the bridge since then, but still, this was the same season. This is surreal how this thing has spiraled and gone down so quickly into not just forget about the NCAA tournament at this point, and now you're just like, man, you're scrambling. Like if you're going to make it, it's going to be barely. You're going to have the skin of your teeth. You have to win the conference tournament or something crazy. It's just wild, man. It's wild.
In October, nobody could foresee the oddities of the season taking place. And as we sit here today, like it is clear that this team is not half as good as what Penny was making them out to be at the start of the season. And they're losing these games the same sorts of ways, playing winning basketball up until the final 3, 4, 5 minutes of the game, and then just stalling out offensively, not having somebody who they can rely on to just go get them a bucket. And that's been the strangest thing for me, because I thought that with everybody coming in, everybody they had coming in, with Precious and with Boogie and Lester, two of those three, I felt like we're going to emerge eventually as that guy. As, hey, I can put the ball in this player's hands, and that player will make something good happen. I can put it in Boogie's hands, and because he's so quick and so explosive at the rim, he can get by his man and finish at the rim, or he'll get by his man and then make a pass to a wide open, we'll say Lester or Tyler Harris, who will then have an open three to step into and knock down late in games to ice it. You're up 4 points on the road. the game is getting away from you a bit, the crowd is really roaring down on top of you, you need to get a bucket, somebody, one of those three was going to be somebody who you give the ball to and say, get us an easy bucket. And that just hasn't been the case this year. And you go back and you look at a lot of those games that they lost. They could have, should have won them, but they just, that dude is not on campus. And I thought one of those guys in this freshman class would be that for him.
Team LeBron beats Team Giannis in the All-Star game, a really strong fourth quarter, best All-Star game in years, decades probably. Super exciting. The Elam ending was a huge success. Kawhi Leonard, the All-Star game MVP. You had John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Brandon Clark competing in the Rising Stars Challenge on Friday. The Team USA beat the world, so John and Jaren beat Brandon Clark.
Mm-hmm. That was a nice picture at tip-off with Ja jumping with Brandon and John. Jaren jumping with Brandon and John in the background.
That's fun. That's nice. It's very nice, and hopefully, even more of that down the line, going forward. That was certainly a lot of fun. We'll talk more All-Star coming up as well. Off the court, while the All-Star game was going on, off the court, John Beilein maybe not long for the NBA, not long for Cleveland. Adrian Wojnarowski reporting in the middle of the game. Woj, come on, man! That's the best All-Star game in years. What are we doing? We're trying to have fun
taking
here.
A break, having fun, and Woj's like, nope. Got to drop these bombs, baby.
Like they're talking to, he and the Shams, the Athletic, same thing, like talking about how there's discussions happening and that it's unlikely that Beilein is back next season. And the question is whether is he going to be out now or are they going to just go ahead and just let him play out the string or whatever. Teams, playing very sluggish sort of basketball. That was probably the problem with there. A lot of slugs out there.
Really ruggish.
Sluggish, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
As a Michigan man yourself, John Beilein, your former coach of Michigan, very successful, went to the NBA, and a lot of people thought this might work. A lot of people thought, you know what, he's 67, and first NBA job, this might be a little tricky. Cleveland's not the easiest job. But a lot of people thought, boy, he's just a good coach, and he's going to make it work. He has not made it work at all. A disastrous hire almost from the very beginning.
I thought it would work because I thought he had the temperament for it. I've seen Beilein adjust to player styles from the time he came from West Virginia all the way through when he left Michigan. I thought, okay, from a temperament, he knows basketball, one. From a temperament standpoint, he'll be able to work with players, grown men, and not have to have his hands on everything, not have to control every aspect of what is going on at the NBA level. And this Cavs team, not very good to begin with. So we knew it was going to be a bit of a bumpy start for him because this is where this Cavs team was. They brought him in to develop the players, though, and that wasn't going on. And you throw on top of that, calling them thugs, like whether you meant to or not, and not realizing that you did it and not apologizing immediately for that and having that leak out into the media. Like it's from that point on, it was like, yep, he's not going to be here very long. He's not. You can't just, it's hard to work with people who especially black men, and you've said something like that. Like that makes it virtually impossible for them to want to interact with you, for them to believe in you, and for them to trust you. And so once that came out, it's like, yep, Beilein is not going to be here long. I did not know he will be stepping down after the All-Star break, but like it's crazy, and it goes to show that college and pro, this is a completely different game, man, completely. And you can't be saying things like thug and shooting yourself in the foot before you really get taken off.
So, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how it's all played out. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem to have a concept to me of the NBA rhythm of 82 games versus 30 games, and so it's not quite as simple as a lot of college coaches recently have made it. For the longest time, it was not really done, and people didn't think that it was going to work out very well, and it hasn't. Guys didn't make the adjustment that easily from college to pro. I mean, Larry Brown was an example of somebody who did. But there were lots of guys like your Tim Floyds of the world who didn't, who gave it a shot, and it just wasn't for them. Cal certainly is a primary example of that. And so now you've kind of had some, like the Brad Stevens of the world, Billy Donovan made a good jump. And so there are guys that have done it now, but it's still not for everyone. And Beeline clearly had trouble getting his players to play at the right rhythm. Like he'd have them push too hard for early in the season, and they kind of ran out of gas and didn't connect to them. And obviously the slugs, thugs, whatever comment, that's going to hurt big time when it comes to trust and leadership in the locker room and all that stuff. Just isn't going to work whether he comes back or not, or it for the rest of the season doesn't really matter. It's clearly over at this point. And man, that Cleveland rebuild, they were in the finals like 2 years ago.
Well, that's a gift of LeBron James. Let's not act like Cleveland's basketball team is one of historic greatness. On Beeline, you're right. Like you're coming in, you don't have the experience. You're pushing the wrong buttons. You don't really understand the flow of the NBA game and of the 82 game season. When you say something like thug, call the players say they're no longer playing like thugs, that takes the trust away. Like as a player, I can work with you just like you can work with me through some of the growing pains of the season, as long as we trust one another, as long as there's a professional relationship with one another. But the second that gets said, all of that goes out the window, and I can no longer work with you because now I don't think you know what you're doing, and I don't like you.
It's tough combination right there. Let's talk about something more fun.
Yes.
The XFL.
Yes.
Are you ready for some football? An XFL party. Yeah. All right. Matt McGloin.
Get after it, Matt.
The quarterback of the New York Guardians, going into halftime down 12-0, has not played well and is not happy about it. And he was caught on the sidelines by ESPN's Diana Rossini. Said, and they wanted to ask Matt some questions coming off the sideline, like you do in the XFL, which is always fun. I got it over here if you want to.
Is he good?
You sure I'm good? You positive?
Well, I got it over here, just to help you out. I'll back up here.
Wait, I mean, I've got it here.
Thing going here.
We need to change the whole entire game plan at halftime.
Hey, what do you need to change about the game plan? What are you frustrated about?
There's just a lot going on right out now. It's embarrassing for us here as an offense, so a lot of things we want to fix and correct.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you play it again? Play it again. I'm going to laugh this time.
The game plan.
What does this team need to do on offense to get something going here?
We need to change the whole entire game plan at halftime.
Hey, what do you need to change about the game plan? What are you frustrated about?
There's just a lot going on right out now. It's embarrassing for us here as an offense, so a lot of things we want to fix and correct.
Thanks.
With the boos in the background. Those boos are so loud.
Oh, man. That's embarrassing for us. Change the whole game plan. Coaching staff. Can we change coaches at the half? That'd be great. Yeah, we suck, and sorry about that. It's not my fault. It's actually everyone else's fault. I should be on the NFL roster, but I'm not, so I guess I'm just going to have to deal with this.
Was McGloin play for the Raiders at one point?
Yes.
Okay.
And he got the big contract from the Bucks as well.
Oh, I remember that. We will pay for terrible quarterbacks. My God.
It's great. I love the video of him.
Conversations about the double A's for freaking since December. I remember bringing it up.
This is
said we're going to last week, and I don't want to name names, but I just said you guys a lot more. You need all your 1991.
This is him talking in the fourth quarter on the sideline to head coach Kevin Gilbride. Like, we've been telling you this since December. I don't want to name names, but we got some. What is happening?
Gilbride right after that said, well, I need to go talk to him and figure out what the problem is because he needs to play better. McGloin comes out at the start of the second half and throws a pick six.
Yep.
On the bench.
Yep.
And they go find him again.
Yep. That's right.
Again, we talked the center and the guard without his top two players.
Now this is the pick six that you're talking about here. Throws the ball away. Like what?
Yeah, just bad decisions. And then when he did make the correct decision, too often
So bad decisions for him, and then afterwards talked. It's one of the. It's just a great league.
Yes.
It's a great league. Here's some more Matt McGloin.
Right now, in terms of how this play calling is going.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of stuff going on behind closed doors. I think we need to clean that up. Communication especially is one. And it showed today. Just at no point in time that I think we were comfortable out there. At no point in time that I think we were in a position to try to be successful. So I think it was pretty easy to see.
Guess what? It's only week 2, Matt, so you got a lot of football.
It's only week 2. So
Matt, were we uncomfortable or is it you? Are you uncomfortable, Matt? I love this league.
D'Angelo Williams tweeting, "Hi, Matt McGloin out here keeping it real." Oh man!
Yes.
Here's some
so
more
good.
audio of Matt McGloin at halftime.
Oh,
just a little audio here.
This has been the worst team, the worst experience I ever did. Players, this is not on you. So listen. This is not on you. Players, y'all did everything. Y'all gave your heart. Y'all did everything right. It was the coaches. Listen up. This was the coaches' fault.
Fantastic.
Whose son is calling out coaches? Whose 10-year-old child is calling out coaches in Pop Warner?
This was the coaches' fault.
The coaches! Oh, man.
So good.
Oh, yes. Give me more of that.
It was good. It was actually good. It was some more good football. And, I think P.J. Walker looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I think he's probably better than Jameis Winston right now.
I hope you're not joking.
I mean,
because you get no complaints from me.
I mean,
30-30 out there running around.
I'm not.
Jameis Winston is a walking 30 for 30. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions.
I'm not entirely joking.
No, okay.
I'm not fully not joking. Though.
Okay. Like there may be some dudes who are better.
I'm halfway semi-joking-ish, but not really, but kind of.
I'm saying we may be looking at somebody.
He looked. Did you see that little sidearm throw?
Yeah,
that
like
little
I'm
Mahomes
saying,
style. Yeah, that was
he
pretty
might
nice.
be
actually.
a top 45 quarterback.
He could
and
be in
top
the NFL.
45 gets you legit backup and competing for starting jobs some places.
This is good though.
Yeah,
it's good. This is fun.
We talked about it off air, like notable like sideline breakdowns. If we had in the NFL, if we had somebody to be able to go up to these people and talk to them, like, hey, Donovan, Andy just benched you. What's going on, man? Eli, come over here. We want to talk to you. What's it feel like to have your starting streak snap for Geno? What's that feel like? It's the third quarter. You guys are still losing. It's clearly not just you, is it, huh, Eli? Hey, Odell, why you keep running over to this damn kicking net, man? Let it go. Leave it alone. NFL needs to adopt this thing right now.
Also, want to give the shout outs to the fans in I think this was in St. Louis that did the giant beer cup, the beer snake. Did you see?
I missed this.
So it was like in the crowd they showed the shot of it, and you see this giant thing of like cups all the way through, and it was the beer snake made out of plastic cups.
Oh,
these are, I guess, DC Defenders fans. Actually, the Defenders fans are having fun out there.
Yeah, because the Defenders are good.
So the cup the beer went all the way down, probably like, I don't know, 20, 30 rows.
Yeah,
just you pour it all the way down.
Nice.
Just having fun. You know what? Having a good time out here.
Yeah,
good for you.
The Defenders were the team, if I'm not mistaken, beating the hell out of Matt McGloin.
Well, they're bored. Yeah, they had to do something else
Yeah.
because the beatdown was too intense. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the All-Star game, another extremely fun thing, and the big change and something cool that happened.
Before we go, though, Corky's, Kari and I went to Corky's on Friday. didn't know this, Corky's was the first barbecue he had in Memphis back when he was a kid, when he came through on the AAU circuit. They had great lunch specials Friday, as they do every day. The regular pork sandwich, $4.99. The jumbo pork sandwich, $5.99. Catfish sandwich, $9.99. And those infamous pork nachos for $5.99. Great thing is you can call in or place your order online, corkysbbq.com, and pull in through the drive-thru, get your food, and get back to work in a super timely fashion. And don't forget, they have their daily lunch drive-thru combo, which is a regular pork sandwich, fries, and a 32-ounce drink for only $6.99. Dine-in, takeout, party packs, full-service catering, private venues, mail order, and more. Get all of those facts at corkysbbq.com. A taste of Memphis everywhere.
Back after this, here in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
Your Memphis Tigers football program completed the greatest season in program history with 12 wins, a conference championship, and a berth in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Season tickets for the 2020 season are on sale now and start at just $100 when you buy 4 in the family fun zone, or $150 for end zone seating. Get your season tickets by May 15th and receive a free gift, concessions deals, exclusive access to regular season and postseason tickets, and more. Get your season tickets today at GoTigersGo.com or call 901-678-2331. Memphis Tigers football.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. The East Memphis Ace Hardware, located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Yeah. Okay. We gotta get into it. All-Star game. Team Giannis, Team LeBron. LeBron wins. Some kids get a lot of money for charity. The other kids, screw them. They don't get any money. Sorry.
They're still poor.
They're still poor. Pick the wrong side.
Fix that.
Yeah, we need to fix that. That's not great. Nonetheless, we got to talk about the real issue, the real story.
Chris Paul showing off hops?
No.
Okay. Because that freaked me out. I didn't know he could get up like that. The dunk contest?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, like those are all nice things, and congratulations to Dwayne Wade for screwing up the whole thing.
Chance's halftime show?
It was fine.
Okay.
No, we got to talk about the Chaka Khan a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Her performance of the national anthem.
Shaka
Khan. It was an emotional thing. Yeah, you had these are the longest for sure, the longest pre-games ever between the tribute to Kobe Bryant and David Stern by Magic Johnson, which was lovely. Common's introductions, which were excellent, but it was just very long. Players had to actually warm up after all the intros again because it was like 45 minutes, and part of that was a national anthem sung by Shaka Khan, who, by the way, if she's ever going to take the over on her,
yes,
for sure. I'll give you some little snippet here, and then you can kind of just figure out. Thank you, CJ.
At the twilight's last gleaming.
Okay.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars.
Okay. Okay. Just gotta skip through here.
Tonight that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors and star-spangled banner.
LeBron is kind of bemused.
You better get it, Shaka.
Oh, wait. Yep. There we go. All right, so Zach, your musical correspondent over here. Zach, of course, is a conductor for his church symphony. Is well versed in musical arts. Zach, was that on some sort of a pitch? Were we on key? Are we near keys? Where were we on that?
It was there.
There was certainly a key.
Yeah, it was there. She had an interesting moment there, right in the middle.
She did have a moment.
Right before she hit the high note. But I mean, it was there. It put me back into that Baptist church mode a little bit.
Okay, that's how I've been to Baptist churches, and we didn't sing the national. Our Baptist churches did not sing the national anthem in that sort of way. And first of all, I never heard the national anthem in a church. Second of all, but they wouldn't have sung it that way.
It's like a soulful. It's like very you could feel like the pain. I guess I don't know what type
there was
of pain.
some pain. There was definitely some pain. I mean, I'm ambivalent myself. In the truest sense of that word, the actual definition of that word, which is that you feel strongly on both sides. Ambivalent people have taken to mean the same thing as indifferent. That's not true. Ambivalent means you do feel strongly. You just are divergent opinions. You're of two minds, which I think Shaka Khan's great, but that was not great.
Yes,
and so I'm sort of torn here because I appreciate that she took a risk. That's fun. There's that sort of in keeping with some tradition, the All-Star game. Take a little risk, Fergie.
Speaking of risk.
Took a risk.
Speaking of risk.
That didn't work out maybe so well for her, but she took that risk, and God bless her. She did. That's a lot of notes, man. A lot of notes. You got to give her. She hit a lot of notes. The quantity of notes was untouchable. I did not realize there were that many notes in the Star Spangled Banner, but she has, there were that many.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, CJ?
I want to hear what Zach's got going on over there.
Well, I was going to ask you guys to rank, because you already mentioned Fergie. You already mentioned Shaka Khan. I got one more for you guys.
Okay.
But just for the people that forgot what Fergie did a couple of years ago, this is what
how can you forget?
This is what she did.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
she tried to make it a jazz song.
She's in the Happy Birthday, Mr. President. What's the other anthem? What's the other anthem you got? Whitney?
Oh, if it's Whitney, come on, man.
So this is one of my personal favorites here.
Okay, all right.
I really thoroughly enjoyed this national anthem when it came on.
Okay.
I'll say.
Of course, it's Proud Family. Three hours later. Good old Bobby P, man.
So that it reminded me of there are a couple of other anthems that reminded me of. Number one was Bleeding Gums Murphy on The Simpsons. This is Bleeding Gums Murphy from back in the day.
Oh, say, can you? I'm asking.
How I miss this? I'm asking.
I'm asking. And then, of course, the absolute pinnacle of national anthems. We have never achieved greatness. I know it's controversial to say so. Okay, so I'll grant you that. This is problematic on many levels. I grant you all of that.
Okay.
Nonetheless, we can never talk about national anthems without talking about R. Kelly.
Oh, we're going to step in the name of the anthem.
Somebody in the home.
Somebody out.
Somebody.
Come on, clap your hand.
Clap your hand. What? What?
How long can I forget about the aura?
Listen to this. Listen to the response. That's about right. What? Boo? What?
Peter, that was a great one. But you're missing one more.
Somebody.
You missed somebody.
Why? Somebody? Why?
Clap your hands.
What? Clap your. It's the anthem. What are we talking about? What?
Put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care.
Somebody.
You missed this one.
What?
Spangled Banner.
Art. What do we got here?
Oh, say, can you see?
Carl.
And the right.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh. Oh. Uh-oh. That's me out there thinking.
I'll make up for it now.
Land of the free.
The crowd's just like, oh.
We wouldn't be taking these liberties if we had an anthem remix. And we could put a couple of different national anthems in rotation. We wouldn't be getting Aura somebody. We wouldn't be getting Fergie doing a jazz, sultry version of the anthem. We wouldn't get Shaka trying to hit all of the notes if we had multiple anthems we could go to, or if we could just find a way to spice this one up or switch it. Get another anthem. Somebody. Clap your hands. Like, what? During the anthem? No, you're supposed to be at attention, hand over heart. Like, get Lil Jon to do an anthem. What's this?
The remix, yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, this is funky. Got a remix. All right, so congratulations to Shaka Khan for putting herself in that pantheon of greatness that is National Anthem remix-ishness thing. You gotta like... I mean, I like that she made a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and went it.
She went with it. She made her choice, and that's, you gotta love that. I love that she made a choice. Mm-hmm. She was bold. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe the choice didn't work out as well, but compared to some of these other ones, it worked out great.
Great? Is that the adjective you want to use?
Compared to these other ones.
Yeah, I get it. Even compared to the other ones, great is what you want to use. This is, again, it just highlights the need for a new national anthem.
Come on, clap your hands. Come on, clap your hands, everybody. Oh, the break. Hey, come on, everybody. Hey.
R. Kelly trying to step in the name of the national anthem, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? My goodness. What went through his mind? Well, and I know, like, it's Robert. Like, I get it. I get that we've canceled him. I understand. Rightfully so. Like, we got that one right. I get it. But still, what in the hell is going... You had to talk to somebody. Like, multiple people. There was a band there. Like, somebody had a recording of that music to be played. You know, he had to practice that.
Yeah.
At some point in time, somebody in his crew...
Are we sure he practiced?
Somebody in his crew had to be like, yo, Aura, let me holler at you. It could be a lot of things, man. Right. It can't be this. This can't be your anthem. It don't. I know you can't read, but listen to me. I'm trying to help you out. No, don't do that.
Oh, man. So good.
Somebody
got some more of this and all of that. We're gonna do that.
Clap your hands.
I got more of this. And we'll tell you what's going on later on in the day. Lots going on here on a President's Day edition of Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ. Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 96.1 87.7.
Sports Time on Sports 56 with Wallow and Stats. Weekday afternoons from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Upon official review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
We deliver jerseys, funny foam fingers, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
It's game on at the new Moneyline Book Bar and Grill inside the Gold Strike Casino Resort. Now you can bet on all of your favorite sports and watch the games on 60 HD TVs while you lounge in plush seating and enjoy craft beers, signature cocktails, and great food. Plus, don't miss the Topgolf Swing Suite, a virtual reality experience with a variety of fun interactive games every sports fan will love. Visit the Moneyline Bar, Book, and Grill at Gold Strike Casino Resort for Monday Night Football happy hour specials. Or anytime you want a piece of the best sports action in Mississippi.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. It is that time of year where the weather is unpredictable, and given the recent storms, it's a good time to discuss insurance claims. So here's a few things you should know. Always hire a local contractor, because if you have a problem with your roof down the road, you want to be able to find him. Never allow anyone to pressure you into signing a contingency contract. They're used as sales tools, making you feel committed, and the truth is, those contracts are not worth the paper they're written on. Be careful of door-knocking salesmen. Some are reputable, but many are not. They canvass the neighborhood and tell everyone to file a claim, working their percentages and not caring if you file a claim even when they know the likelihood of it being approved is low. Some will even damage your roof, hoping to convince the adjuster it's storm damage. That's fraud, and contractors have gone to jail for that. So do your research and know who you're hiring. Five-Ash Roofing, the official roof of the University of Memphis Athletic Department. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
It's not too early to start planning for spring at Family Leisure. New pools are starting at $19.99, spas starting at $21.99, and swim spas now only $99.99. 5-piece patio furniture starts at only $799. Pool chemicals, toys, accessories, and more up to 20% off. Mention this ad, you'll get free delivery and 1 month of chemicals with your spa purchase. Start your spring planning now at Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. The East Memphis Ace Hardware, located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs.
Pop Wigington has been in the restaurant business since the 70s and has now brought 3 generations of family favorites together under one roof at Pop's Comfort Kitchen, 2990 Kirby Whitten Parkway next to Kroger. Pop's takes you back to a simpler time when food and life was more wholesome. Settle down today for lunch or dinner at Pop's with daily specials like country fried steak, fried catfish, chicken and dumplings, or Pop's famous fried chicken livers, all served up with your choice of 23 fresh vegetables like field peas and snaps, seasoned green beans, sweet corn and turnip greens. Hungry for a sandwich? Check out the Chuck, a hand-patted cheeseburger between 2 grilled cheese buns topped with lettuce, tomato, diced onion, pickles, fried egg, and bacon. Or a half-pound flat iron steak sandwich served on Texas toast. Don't forget one of Grandma's homemade desserts like chess pie or banana pudding. Take comfort today at Pop's Comfort Kitchen, 2990 Kirby Whitten Parkway next to Kroger. Pop's Comfort Kitchen.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
So hard, baby. Every minute, every day. To make you see that I need you in my own little way.
Wow.
We jumped down a rabbit hole, and I'm glad we did, boy.
Man.
Hey, Zach, you got that Quavo pulled up?
Oh, you know it.
It's a lot of different anthems.
So many.
A lot of different approaches.
Yes.
As well.
Oh, my head hurts from laughing the whole break.
Where's what was give us a little Quavo? It's so early. Whoa. 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 Okay. Okay. All right.
That way.
I mean, now this is a good strategy because it's hard to it would be hard to protest this anthem because it's very catchy. You feel like you gotta move a little bit.
You gotta be on your feet. You can't take a knee to this.
It's hard to even on a knee. You're kind of like swaying your shoulders a little bit. You're kind of like, all right, all right. Does this count as is this full on protest or am I still protesting?
Oh my goodness!
And then of course you have this random gentleman that we ran across.
You see by the dawn.
I love the crowd murmur. Listen to the crowd. The crowd, as soon as this happens, listen to the murmur of the crowd. They're like, oh God, this is gonna be bad.
What so proudly we hail.
Hail.
Twilight's last gleaming. Who bright stripes?
Bright. Who bright stripes?
Who bright?
Keep it going.
I'm just gonna skip through some of the.
No, because he messes up a whole bunch.
He messes up a whole bunch, but I gotta,
And the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air,
gave what?
Truth?
Night, that our flag was still there. Our state does that star-spangled banner yet wave.
Could have been worse.
For the land of the free.
Ooh,
and
run at the end
the home of the
crowd is
of the bread?
Home of the bread. Home of the bread. So it could have been worse. You see, Shaka Khan made some choices, but at least she has some, vocal chops to make those. This guy made some choices as well,
and didn't know the words.
And did not know the words, nor did he have the vocal capability to actually do it. So it could have been a lot worse. That makes me laugh extremely hard.
I'd like to, because in light of new information, I'd like to change my stance. Don't give us a new anthem. Let's keep running with this one. Just everybody do a different rendition. Some of them are going to hit. Some of them are going to be good. Others are going to be whatever the hell that was, whatever Quavo's was. Oh man, or whatever R. Kelly. We forgot. I forgot R. Kelly had people up on stage dancing during the national
stepping, dancing, and then a couple doing the actual full-on dance. Yeah, during the anthem. I don't.
They're Chicago stepping to the national anthem as R. Kelly is trying to get everybody in the crowd to clap their hands. What are we doing?
Clap your hand. I mean, this is great. This is. Woo! Okay. So all I'm saying is Shaka Khan, let's let Shaka off the hook a little bit. She's all right. Compared to some of these, it was all right.
She wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. It was Fergie. Fergie's worse, right?
Fergie tried to make it sexy, boy.
Yeah, Fergie was erotic anthem. Erotic national anthem. Charlie Stein said Francis Scott off key. Oh, what's coming up on middays? Hopefully it's more anthems. Because
I hope Greg and Eli touch on the anthems as well.
I do too.
In addition to that, they'll get into the MLB talk. Also, All-Star Weekend with the Grizzlies with Ja, Jaren, and Brandon. And they'll have their good, bad, and ugly.
We got a few uglies. We just
we got a whole lot of uglies.
Oh boy!
We got list a bunch of those. You're good to go.
But we got a special message from our own president, Barack Obama, over the weekend.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Oh, from Ja Morant?
That's right.
Yeah, talking to Ja. It was nice.
Hey man, you doing good? Yes, sir. How you been, man? I'm good. You're doing great. Just be careful when you go for those dunks.
Good advice.
Be careful when you go for those dunks, man.
People tell me that a lot, and I appreciate that. Gotta be careful. Go for those dunks. That's exactly
right. You got the calves for it.
I do. Nothing else. Everybody, have a great President's Day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
The Vargas family, legendary Memphis